Hello, friends. Welcome in. Hello, hello. Happy Friday. I hope your week was good. No, this isn't a Hagog stream. What the hell you think this is, eh? How we doing, friends? Good to see you all. Hello, hello. Ribs. Oh my, think of the 13 months, man. Appreciate you. Dom, thank you for the 4 months. Momo. It's a baby, Momo. Oh, no. Oh, no. It is not a hagag. Shadow Ghost, thank you for the 3 months. Welcome in, friends. Hello. Oh, we've got us some viewer games. And from the looks of it, I was doing some testing before the stream started, and it looks like our bot is working swimmingly. From what I could tell, that could change drastically, but for now, we're just going to assume that all is well. So I'll explain how we're going to do the viewer games. Tonight, we are playing viewer games all night. If you guys want to play Tangle all night, I don't care. Cool with me. If we want to change it up, really, it's going to be up to the group. So whoever is playing at the time, it is going to be up to them. They get to dictate it. Tangle moments, it's going to be all the Tangle moments. It's going to be all of them. But hello, friends. It's good to see you all. Oh, my goodness gracious. Fingers crossed it'll work. Right. It was working earlier, and it was working literally to the T. Everything. Joining the queue, clearing the queue, seeing the channel point redeem come and go. That was all working great. Yeah. A whole bunch of 90s moments. Listen, my life is nothing but 90s moments. Siren, thank you for the subs, homie. My life is nothing but trust. I've got a original 1993 creepy crawlers kit. It's nothing but. Did I get the badge? I did. Yes, I've been rocking it. I've been rocking it especially so that way when people ask what the badge is, maybe they haven't seen it yet, just so that they can see it too. Mayor, 50 months. Oh my God. What do we do at 100, Mayor? Something has to happen. Explosions of some kind. You hated those things. Oh, get out of here. Looking rested and refreshed. Well, we try. It's coffee. It's lots and lots of coffee, but it works. No, we are not celebrating with ranch soda. Absolutely not. I love the new rework, Kirby. I love the new rework. We obviously all have our little things here or there that we would like to see changed. But for the most part, I love it. I love it. Anonymous. Who the hell are you? Thank you for the subs. Callie, thank you for the 8 months. Still working on that badge. Oh, the 50 games badge. I'm still working on that. Yes, I probably won't get it tonight, but we can sure try. Just got off work, finally made it. Let's go. What would I do tonight? I will do a warm-up game. So I'm about to get going. We'll do a warm-up at Tangle. I'll run around real quick. And then after we do that, then we'll open up the queue and do all the things. Okay. Okie dokie. So the way that the viewer games work, allow me to explain, because it has changed. If you haven't played with me in a long time, it has changed. The way that it works is there's a queue that I enable and I let you know. And also in chat, you will see a message that says the queue is enabled. At that point, a channel point redeem becomes available for you guys to join the queue. If you don't see the channel point redeem, then the queue is closed. Either it's closed or full. It's one of the two. So if the channel point redeem is there, you can't join. But whenever I cycle people in, I cycle 3 more people in, that will open up 3 spots in the queue, which means then it's your turn, like to try to get it. So you just gotta, you will hear me give vocal cues. You will hear me say, hey, we're about to change the team. Hey, we're about to get 3 new people or something. So you just gotta make sure you're paying attention. Sorry for the, wait. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I've not been here for a while. Well, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, how are you? Are channel points the coins? Yes. In the bottom left of your chat? Yes. Why is there no sound? Oh, it's because all the songs have like 15-minute intros. Never mind. Sorry. How close am I? 34. I mean, we might get there tonight, maybe. I guess it just depends. We play on professional, but I don't want to rush through these games. I don't want you guys to, you hear sound. I think I heard it was like, just like an ocean. I don't know. I don't want you guys to feel like we have to rush through these games just because this badge is getting there. I don't care. I will get to this eventually. It will happen. So don't worry about it. Also, the drops are still enabled. That is still going to last. If you guys haven't done so already, you can go and link your account and all that stuff. The standard badge, the animated badge will last until the 10th. Okay. I I badgered them about this until they fixed it. So they finally fixed it. So you can see here from March 3rd to March 17th, you have the ability to earn the drops. The animated badge is until the 10th. So you still have 4 days. I think I had a stroke. You still have 4 days to get the badge. And if you haven't seen the badge yet, it looks like this. It's that, but animated. So this will be the standard version. Yeah. Skeletor, thank you for the Prime, man. Steam, thank you for the tier 1. Welcome in. Are the cursed items still in the same general area? I mean, most of them, yes. But Voodoo Doll is now inside of Nancy's room, or the nursery, if you want to call it that. And then the music box is in the master bedroom closet. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, what up, Trisha? I forgot to take my medicines. Wait, I left some in here. Look at me go. Am I able to use the code command to get the website opened? Oh, yeah. If you do ! Code, it should give you the website. Yes. So what they're talking about, the way that you're going to get the code to play whenever it's your turn, we have a website. That's where you get it from. It used to be that you had to join Discord, go to this, go to that. No more. No more. Now you can go to our website, and will let you know if it's your turn, you will see the code. If it's not your turn, you won't see the code. It's that easy. It's that easy. Macy, hello. What's up, Tuna? Yeah. Don't forget to take your meds. I forgot to take my nightlies. Yes, thank you, Mayor. And also make sure that you give the rules a read through. Just give it a quick once over. Make sure, mainly, long story short, for the most part, be friendly. Make sure that you have your microphone on push to talk. 18 plus, please. We do that for the safety of not only me, but for you. Yeah. Here to have a good time, man. Viewer games are always a blast. I love them so much. I do. Phoenix, hello, friend. Is the closet still part of the master bedroom? Yes, but the bathroom is not. The bathroom is now an ensuite, which is its own separate room. Sir Bug with the cursed mirror and the tier 3 crucifix. I got done playing with some games a moment ago. When I tried to trigger a cursed hunt to burn the crucifix, it didn't work. Are you sure that the ghosty was within range? And there's always chaos. There is, but it's always fun. Yes, you have to be 18. Like I said, the reason for that is for the safety of me, but also for you. Yes, that is why. Yeah. Hey, Just, how are you? Yeah. New, how are you? I'm good, man. How are you? We're going to do a, let me get this off the screen. I'm sorry. I'm going to do a quick little warm up at Tangle Streets, and I'll even do professional because that's what we're going to be playing all night anyway. And then after I do that, we'll open the queue. You just got to listen and I will tell you guys, and all good. Yeah. I have far too much anxiety. No, it's all good, man. Listen, there is no must be this level to play. There is no, you had to have been playing for this many hours. Who cares? No, not yet. Hey, City, I'm about to. And that's why I haven't done the thing, Mayor. No, it's about having fun, man. I don't care how good somebody is. You can be level 2. I don't give a crap. Who cares? It's for fun, man. It's for funs. Wacadins, thank you for the 14 months. Thank y'all for the hype train, friends. I appreciate you. All right. Let me actually get going over there so that we can get the games going and do the things. Yeah. No, I appreciate you guys, man. That's why I look forward to stuff like this. When do I get to bully me? What do you mean? Why would you bully me? What did I do? What did I do? I just work here. All right, I'm gonna try to do all the things at once. I'm still, I hate to do it, but I'm still keeping Talkie Ticks out of the equation because it seems like when I'm not doing that everything runs really smooth. So I got to figure that out at some point. But if everything's running smooth without it, then we're just gonna let it ride. Let it ride. All right, that looks good there. Do that. I'm making sure to put a message over there so that people understand that the stuff and the things are happening over here. Anyone have anything cool happen at Tangle that I maybe haven't seen yet? I know that there's a few things that I have not seen. Like, I have yet to see the doll move. That hasn't happened for me yet. But the closet geeking out and being able to hide in a locked closet, that's happened. That's kind of fun. Oh my God. Hey, Sasta, welcome in. The clock in the kitchen rework synced up. Oh yeah, no, all the new maps, if they have a clock on them anywhere in the map, they sync up to your normal time. The first time they did that was with Point Hope. So Point Hope, if you go upstairs to, I can't remember what room it's in, the grandfather clock that is in the bedroom, that clock is your time. Also, I think there might be another one in the wine room. I think. Did they fix the closets? Nope. Hey, Logix. Baron glitched through the map. Oh, I've seen it. I saw his clips. I've seen it. I've also seen this. Look. I'm not... Maybe I shouldn't show you. That's actually a really bad idea. I also know about Maple Lodge. Yes. The fact that you can just take a left out of the truck, go straight, and you did it is crazy. How did that even happen? I don't understand. Withering Witch, thank you for the biddies, homie. Honey Tunes, thank you for the 17 months. I don't understand. What did they do to Maple Lodge that made that happen? All right. I'm going to do a quick little warm up at Tangles and then we'll open the queue. Just listen for my vocal cues and you'll know when we're doing the things. It sounds like the game is breaking. Ay, 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 ay. I don't understand. Forget physics? Yeah, physics are overrated. They put the new car asset they bought and didn't look. No, see, I don't think that they did anything to Maple, like, intentionally. I don't think they went into the map and were like, let me do a little tinker, and then that happened. I feel like they did it somewhere else, and then that happened. Insym showed CJ the Maple thing. They think it's a change to a vehicle asset. Oh, interesting. I loved your runaway closet door from the recent video. Dude, it was so funny. And it was so funny playing that with Tom, too. Oh, my God. Dorito, I saw you. God, is thinking of the 2 months. Drops are on, friends. You have 2 hours watch time if you haven't gotten it yet. I'm sure most have, but we like to give everyone the opportunity. You have until the 10th to get the animated badge. After the 10th, then any streamer that has Phas can do drops, and that following week is the standard badge, which is literally this. You're earning the animated version right now, but that version... that one right there is the one you'll get starting on the 10th. Yeah. Roxy, ill friend, hi. Thank y'all for the follows, man. I appreciate you. All right, let's go see what's broken. Firelight, video camera, ghost event. I'm not worried about perfect games. Don't care. Don't care. We're doing a little warm up, and after the warm up, we'll do some games. What ghost doesn't flicker? I don't know what that means. Doesn't flicker what? Hi, Shauna. Hey, Board. Good to see you. Hey, Baz. Doesn't flicker. What? What the hell? Wait. What did I just hear? Do I like the new Tangle? I love it. If you're talking about like making the lights flicker, every ghost can do that. Have I gotten the other? No. I need to just go put the gnome in the ghost room every time and not care if he's doing stuff or not. Only annoyance I found so far with Tanglewood is reaching through a light switch or a breaker and manipulating the doors. By the way, I think that might be happening over here because hold on, let me go see this. Sometimes this happens. Is the door partially closed? Oh, no, it's not. Hey, Tibby. Where's our ghost? Hello? Oh, shit. I messed up, Aaron. That's all right. We'll give the ghosty a chance to come say hi. That's okay. There we go. The physical form flickering in and out, they mean. Wait, is that what you mean? I don't know. That was just very like, which ghost doesn't flicker? Joseph Skinner. Oh, this... Why does it feel warm in here? Is the drop the new badge? Yes. Yeah. Flicker? Don't know. All right. Well, I liked the idea of coming in to, you know, do a quick little hunt, but I see that the ghost had other plans. And I'm gonna leave that off. Oh. Well, that would explain why I didn't hear anything. Ghost, I have yet to have one of you turn the train on. Can you do the thing? Oh, you turned the lights on though. I didn't do that. Hey, getting there. Getting close. Making the basement the new meme run area. It might have to be the way. I don't know, unless we go to like a large map or something like that. Doing like the chapel could be a good one, you know? Gets the put in. Thank you for the 4 months. Thank you all for the follows, by the way. I'm not even in the map. I like the map, but yeah, when nearing an exterior wall, it's, oh yeah, piercingly loud. Yeah, I would take you right now, but I'm not going to. Go to Nell's, walk into that little glass area at the entrance, and just stick to the left and walk to the corner when it's heavy rain, and then just let me know what you think. You know, give me your thoughts. Give me your what do you thinks. Hey Freya. Yeah, it's pretty awful. It's pretty bad. Why is it so loud? I don't know. I don't know. All right, Ghosty. Hey, Jordy. No. Fiverr? Well, howdy, Uncle Tom done. Hey, what up, fish? I have a potty mouth. Well, that's okay. It's okay to do occasional cursing. It's another thing when it's like every third word. Yeah. Do I know the best looping spot? I need a looping spot. I need a good looping spot in this map. Yeah, do it around the dining room table. Probably one of the better ones you're going to find, because you can break line of sight with the ghost, crouch down, and still be able to see it perfectly. Beanie, thank you for those 12 months. What is my least favorite piece of equipment on the truck? As opposed to where? My least favorite piece of equipment? I don't know. The sound sensor, I guess? The best spot's the barrels. Hey, those barrels are kind of OP now. No footies? Where are you? Oh no. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Are you close? I know you're not far. You didn't walk through that. Where are you? Are you here? What? Normally watch the content when it's uploaded. Excited to be here. What's up? Oh. Ginoni Shade Twins. Okay. Shade or Noni? It's doing stuff with me down here, right? Right? Or maybe it's not. No ghost farts yet? No, it's not doing anything. How do the viewer things work? I haven't been in one yet. So the way it's going to work is whenever I open the queue, you guys... when I open the queue, you guys are going to join via channel points. If you do exclamation point rules, you can see the rules for said viewer games. Oh, I was going to watch the books. Son of a... Okay. I can't tell if it wrote in the book yet or not. Shady McShady Pants, possibly, because that EMF 5 happened before we even went downstairs. Yeah. Is this viewer stream? It is. Yeah, yeah. It is, yeah, yeah. 3 a.m. Not tired? Oh my god. Ghosty. I guess we'll just double down, eh? What is below the crucifix in the truck? The sound sensors. Yeah, sound sensors. Been a professional for the first time. I chickened out after the ghost event and didn't go back in, leaving my teammate to do all the work. That's okay. Yes, you have to be 18 plus. It's for the sake of being safe for myself and also for those that are playing. Correct. Well, I had no idea. Hey, Jazz, how are you? Spike, thank you for the gifted. High break. Yeah, we're just leaving. Nope. Shade in a basement. I'm out of here. Deuces. How many points does it take? I believe that it's set at 1,000. Can you watch even below? Yeah, it's not an 18 only stream. Yeah. All right, I'm just getting out. How shady? It's stupidly shady. Yeah, no thanks. No. Nah. I just had a basement shade. Why'd you bring it to me? No, maybe we just got it out of the way. You know, I got rid of the crappy ones. That way we could have the better ones. Yeah. How many bits to make it an 18 only stream? No, I don't want to do that. No, I wouldn't do that. At some point, when I think about it, I don't know, maybe. No, but I don't mind if somebody is not 18 and watching. I don't care. As long as they're of age of Twitch. Dang old shades. I know. Logics. The difficulty we're going to be playing on is professional. Yeah, I don't want to make it too hard for peeps. We're just here to have fun, man. That's really what it is. Okay, if this at any point breaks, I am so sorry and we will figure it out. But it was working for me earlier, so we're going to just go with it. So allow me to reiterate one more time how this is going to work. Okay. I'm going to open the queue in a second. When I do, there's going to be a channel point redeem that pops up. This is not a command in Twitch. It is literally a channel point. If the channel point is there and you're able to redeem and you want to play, then you can redeem. If it goes away, that means either A, the queue is full, or B, the queue is closed. If you're curious which one, you could go if you use exclamation point code, it'll give you the website, which also, by the way, hold on. Let me see if this actually worked. As kind of a goof, but also as an easier way to get you to the website. It did work. If you go to playingwithviewers.com, it will take you to my page, and that page shows you all the information. Yeah, playingwithviewers.com. The domain was available, so I got it. It's just easier. Like, I understand it's being fed through the person that I got to make the bot, their system. So it's like, I can't say go to tama.xyz/com/flash/this. But if I just tell you to go to playingwithviewers.com, easy peasy. Yeah. Simple ways are the way to go. If you need to go to the cheat sheet, phasmocheatsheet.com. Yeah. The actual URL is way longer, but I grabbed the domain. Yeah. So that page, that is where you log in and you can see if you are in the queue or if you're not in the queue. I need to update the info for it though, to change the date so that it is correct. I have it there as February. There we go. Fixed it. Love the new badge. I do too, man. It's really good. I think our only gripe with it was it's just really weird to come out with Tanglewood. It's a really cool badge though. Yeah. All right. So that website is where you're going to get the code to join the games. Okay. I will reiterate however many more times I need So that way you guys can get all the info you need. The queue is only 6 people long because I want to make sure that we get through everybody. That's probably the biggest thing. Yeah. So right now the queue is closed. Right now the queue is open. There should be a channel point redeem. If you go to join and it's full, you get refunded your points. So right now, yeah, so it's just, it's answering the people that it tried to get to. Yeah. So there we go. There we go. It's working so far. I'll take it. I'll take it. Fried, thank you for the 7 months. It did work though. I know I was struggling so bad last time because it wasn't working. Serpent, Shorty, and Cervanio. You 3 are up first. Okay. Which means that there are now 3 spots available in the waiting queue. Yeah, you just got to keep your eyes peeled for the channel point redeem. Yeah. Okay, so I'll let you guys know. So Shorty, Serpent, and Cervanio, I haven't given you the code yet. You'll refresh your page in a second to get the code. And I'll make sure to put the notification out to let people know that we're live. How long are the drops for? The animated badge goes until the 10th and the standard badge goes until the 17th. Yeah, right there. How the game's been so far? Well, I had a shade in the basement of Tanglewood. Not a good start. But maybe we're just getting our bad luck out of the way. Will I pop up on mobile? What do you mean, jerk? What do you mean, will I pop up on mobile? Okay. Serpent, Shorty, and Cervanio, you guys should be able to see the code now. If you refresh the page, you guys should be able to see it. And then I'll let you know who's in the queue right now. Callie, Juju, Maddie, Frog, Phantom, and Jason. So whenever we go to get the next 3 people in, I will let you guys know. And that means that there are more spots available for you guys to join. Okay? Just make sure that you guys are on push to talk. Okay? Yeah. Hello?
Hello?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know.
Where's Rachel?
I know him.
Hi.
I know him.
Hello. Oh
I
my God,
know
I
him.
know him.
I know him.
I
Oh my
know
God.
I know him.
How we doing, France?
Hello, how are y'all?
Good.
Good. How's it going? How do we join the queue? Whenever the queue is open, you'll join via channel points. All right, listen, if we want to do Tangle, I'm cool with it. If you want to do other maps, I don't care. It is up to you guys. I really don't care.
I have not played the new Tangle.
Well, then let's do it.
I'm down to play Tangle.
It's benefiting me anyway because I need to. You have to do it 50 times for the other badge, so why not? Oh, also remember to mute my streams, friends, if you're in here too.
I've only taught my boyfriend on how to play this, and it was not when the Tanglewood was updated.
Oh, is he a pro now?
No, he's not a pro.
Okay. You should really tell him to
amateur
like
level.
step it up and stop being what he is.
Listen, I do everything.
Give him an
for
ultimatum.
him, so-
Ultimatum. Listen. Sit him down, put your hands together.
That's what I was
Listen.
teaching my fiance how to play with us.
Oh my
And
God.
most of the time he just sits there on his phone and I'm like, I can see you're not doing anything.
I see you in the
I
closet.
can see your TV from where I'm sitting.
See, he's still with mine. With my boyfriend, he's still learning the ghost abilities. So.
Okay. See, well, he's getting
I'm not
going. He's
teaching him the
fine.
abilities.
He's fine. See, it's all good. Wish you were home. Oh, it's okay, Jack. There's always more time to play, dude. Oh my God. Staring into somebody's mouth. Donna Craft. We need sounds, repel, and parabolic. I'm going right for sounds. All right, people got a bunch of other stuff. I'll grab the other EMF.
It's been so long since I played Fat.
Dentist over. Oh, look at the sunrise.
Which
It's so
button jumps?
pretty. Which button drops?
Yeah.
No, jump.
Which button jumps?
Oh, which button
How do I-
jumps?
how do I
saying I haven't
climb
played
it?
Phasmo in
You have
so
to hit
long.
spacebar 7 times.
Yeah, I haven't played Phasmo in so long. I forget which buttons are which.
Just,
okay.
just button mash the.
We got 1,
frickin'
2,
spacebar.
3, 4. It's not working.
We got flank.
Oh, Flanklin. Hello, friend.
Flank.
With double jump. Thank you. I have yet to play this map with 4 people. This is my first time playing the map with 4 people.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I've done the solars, the duos, and the trips. I have not done the quads.
Oh, squad.
The quad, see? Man.
Squad, squad.
Oh, it doesn't work for me. Alright, Ghosty. Loving Ghost Watchers. There's a Steam achievement for trying to jump. Oh my god.
That,
What?
that's EMF 5, right?
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
fiver.
Kitchen? Kitchen or garage? I don't know which one.
It's 15 in here. It's 14. And it was 18 in the garage just a minute ago.
Well, she's making some kind of noise right now. I don't know what that was. I forget what that's called.
Hey, look, I found a ball.
Oh yeah.
Ball.
We got a parabolic noise right
found a ball.
here in the
Oh
hallway.
yeah, you heard that too. Oh, sorry. It's groaning.
Yeah.
Groaning.
That's groaning. All right.
Sure. Yeah. That's not even on. It's falling apart. Imagine another basement shade. No, I don't think so. Hey, what up, fried chicken? All right, I'm gonna turn that light off so Ghosty is a little more active.
Yeah.
I'm here for the sounds. The invisible EMF's kind of cool. It's a new feature.
So how much stuff is like interactable?
You mean like the Ghosty doing stuff?
Yeah.
So I mean, outside, like you have like the
I know
doors
the
in
eggs are
here.
still, you know,
the egg
I know
t-
the eggs are still interactable.
Oh, here. This egg is interactable too. Here. Pick that up. And then right click.
Uh-huh.
It's an egg timer.
Well, I'm probably gonna use this house as a Easter egg.
All right, I'm gonna turn these off so I don't accidentally record the EMF 5 again. All right, so we have EMF 5 and that's it so far, right? Hey, Pitar, you think of it as 6 months?
As far as I know.
By the way, again, I will try my best. If ads happen in between lobbies, I'll stop. If not, then we might just need to let them ride.
Yeah, I think our lowest temp is the kitchen.
Okay. Yeah, it's been more active in the kitchen.
It's been like, yeah. It's
Yeah.
only been in the kitchen. I've only gotten like 11.
All right, I'm ready for the ghost event that's about to happen.
I left a spirit box in there if somebody wants to try that.
Oh,
I got this. Hold
hey,
up.
give her a whirl.
Where are you?
Hey, Matt, how are you?
Are you here? How old are you? And it don't like me.
All right, I got all the sounds. Is the master bathroom its own room? Yes. Yes, it is. It is now an ensuite.
Not the dog painting.
You
Not the
heartless
dog
bastard.
photo. You heartless bastard.
What is this wine? What does this say? Zeka? I don't know what that says. Oh, I'm so sorry. Does anybody need anything from the truck?
No?
All right, roger that. We are at 56 sanity, though. Zeka wine.
But I am gonna grab Frank just to be on the safe side.
Okay. Noted.
I'm gonna grab Frank.
I'm gonna put motion
a
sensors
comfort
down.
doll.
Do we? Is it still? Is Ghosty in the garage?
I hear it
Frank
slamming
is
things,
safely
but I
in the
don't
truck.
see anything.
Ghosty,
getting
turn on the
slammed.
light in the garage. I think it moved. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. It's setting the motions off here.
It's 11 in here.
11
It's
in
11
here.
in here.
Okay.
We need to delete the video, I believe.
Wow, dude.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I don't have a camera.
It's so throwy, and there's like 100,000 things in this map, and it's hard not to.
I know. I was recording a Pulte ability and it just says object thrown. It was so disappointing. The ghost can't pick a room. No. Okay.
I'm
It
gonna
is.
put a
Maybe it's
crucifix
moving to
in
laundry.
the
Maybe.
garage.
It set up the motion in there.
Ooh, it's doing stuff. Oh, no. Did I just smudge?
Oh no.
Not the premature.
I don't see anything in your hand.
I for some reason thought that I had the sound recorder in my hand. For some reason thinking I needed another sound. I went to go get the sound, smudged, switched away the item, and the smudge was gone.
Oh, Flash.
Ooh, a magic trick.
I hate when I do that.
Oh, god damn it. So stupid.
I'm gonna put the crucifix in the garage.
Hey, I don't want any. No, no. Get out of here. Get it out of here. It's short and ugly.
Is it a child?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the ankle biter.
Children.
It chased me to the door.
No children.
We have
Flash,
EMF
are you
5. Do we have
okay?
anything
you
else?
need to be cleansed?
I'm not okay.
No, but the fact that it chased you and I was behind you makes me feel like maybe it could possibly be a Banshee. It was a little
We have
girly.
EMF 5 though. That gets rid of
Banshee's not
Banshee.
an option.
Hey, Future, how are you? Why are you picking on
We
me?
have UV.
We have of?
Sorry, what do we have? We have UV. We have goo.
Ew, goo.
I got the picture of the goo.
All right, here.
My favorite, the gnome.
It's Norm.
Alright, I got a picture of the goo.
It'd be cool to get higher pay for specific ghost abilities. That would be cool. Well, it would just be cool to be able to capture those things.
This place is haunted.
Not being able to capture
Hey,
the
look, more goo.
like Pulte ability going off is kind of crazy.
I tried Spirit Box again in here and I got nothing.
Okay.
And I checked freezing. And
And
there's
no
no freezing
orbicals?
Yet, so
No orbs.
not as far as I know.
No orbs, no spirit box, so dots and oh no. Oh no. Do you have a video camera?
Oh, is it
God.
gonna be a Gorgo?
Oh,
Ew.
oh, it
Oh,
could be.
burning
Spicy
crucifix.
meatball. It just burnt the
But the-
crucifix in the garage.
It might be a
For
great
the last photo, you could use the EMF for your last photo.
Norm the burglar gnome.
Great thing I put the crucifix in there.
Come on,
We would have
Ghosty.
been murdered.
Damn it.
Yeah,
Murder.
That's a great thing I put the crucifix in the garage. Oh my god, it's
Goyo sucks? Yes, they do.
a spicy meatball.
Hey, Redbeard. Hey, Prime. Thank you guys for the follows. Patari, thank you for the 6 months. Lady Rec Shop, thank you for the 3. Hello. Oh, wait a minute. Do we think the ghost changed rooms?
Oh my
Then
god.
it can't be a Goryo.
Josh,
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Unless it was, this kitchen was just getting cold by proxy.
Where is
Never know with this
the
new map.
where is the thermer unurmer?
I have
Thermo's in here.
10
There's
degrees
oh.
in the
Okay.
garage.
Why I hate Goryo? Because they
It's a good
suck.
old-fashioned 10 degrees in the garage.
It's not even. Yeah, it's so everywhere right now.
Wait, what about the basement? You know how sometimes the underneath
Oh
can make the
god.
above
I wonder if
cold?
that's still a problem. Goryos are
I was
stinky.
down
Well,
here
the
looking
train's
for
on.
it, But I don't have it. That was me. That was
Oh.
Okay.
While y'all were
They
standing up here
finally
trying to
did
get
it.
evidence, I went downstairs to mess with the train.
Oh,
we
this
have,
is
we're like, we
murder.
have 3
I was like,
teammates.
it's
We're
not
like,
gonna
wait,
give us
1,
evidence,
2,
I'll go
3.
entertain
Where's our last
myself.
teammate? You're just down there playing with the trains. Got a little conductor hat on.
Well, I was like, it's not giving us evidence. There's nothing else I
Listen,
can do. I'll just go mess
If
with the
they
train.
do not give us a conductor hat as a cosmetic when they change the characters, I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh yeah, we're gonna riot.
I will.
We
riot.
rioted on.
We ride it. 1 torch or 2? Land or sea?
3.
3. Roger that. We're everywhere. It's about to hunt, isn't it?
And bring hate.
It should be.
Did you say bring hate?
Hey.
Oh.
So you can throw the torches on the.
Yeah, bring hate. I guess.
Yeah, I guess hate too. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
mad about the captain hat.
Who needs a van princess? Yeah, when you have a train princess. Well, it's
Yeah,
about
we
to
still have
dodge it.
just one.
Yeah, I put the book in the garage because it's up in the locker in the garage.
Bring all the hate. Roger that.
It just doesn't want to give us that last.
Does
evidence.
Goryo still show force
Probably not a
dots? in zone?
gallery,
No,
but
because you can't get
It's walked
dots.
through.
It's like the same reason you
Wonder
can't
what
get a
the-
Dio
Walk through
growl
lots
on
of
0
salt.
evidence because you can't get spirit box.
It hasn't walked through any of the hall.
Yeah.
Saw in the
Yeah,
hallway. but it
yeah,
walked
zero
through
evidence is
everything.
literally zero
Shouldn't be
evidence.
a gallo.
No, the closet bug, it's random. I don't know when this happens. It just happens. Yeah, it still happens though. It's gonna start hunting in 3, 2, 1.
You son of a bitch.
Just keeping you on your toes.
That was good.
Keeping you on your toes.
Listen, I have a
If I was you, I honestly would have screamed.
If you would have smudged, that'd have been gold.
Yeah, okay, now it's gonna
Okay, now I
become
can.
on.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's gonna hunt. Yeah, now it's
Alright.
a problem.
Listen, hot shot. Like, at least touch the book. Something. Hi, Muted Murphy. Hello. No sacrifice. It was a joke. Okay, I do see the breath in here, though.
Frank is safely
Oh, okay.
Give me this.
Okay.
Give me this.
I honestly never went looking for it.
He was by the front teddy bear in the nurse.
Oh, Franklin? Yeah, he's in Nancy's room.
Oh, okay.
he
Yeah.
was in Nancy's
I've got to
room.
get
He
used to
picked
where
up
they all
Frank.
are now.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
Hey, what song you listening to?
Me?
Oh.
I'm not
Yeah.
listening to a song.
Break my stride.
Oh, you had headphones
Oh.
on. Sorry.
Oh, it's Mbop. Oh my god. Oh my god, he doesn't like Mbop.
Wait. Is somebody's light on? I'm confused. They're sacrificing. Hit logics. Listen, dude, I'm trying to get over those.
Okay.
Y'all all ran down that way.
Oh,
to
it's
go
that
see
light.
y'all
Oh my
that
god.
downstairs.
Dude, I thought one of us had our light on, and it was this. I was like,
No.
oh no.
No, I immediately turned off my
Oh my
headlamp.
god. I didn't think mine was
I'm not
on.
making
I
this
would
mistake again.
I would say it's not a myling because I was in the baby's room and I heard it walking in the garage.
Ooh, think it's a Jennifer?
I can hear it from the basement.
It would
so-
have to be either a Jen or a
Bringing
Gorio.
down the tent.
Rad, thank you for the
But I will
biddies.
say
Leon,
it was
I
pretty
see
funny
you.
that y'all all ran that way and the ghost just followed y'all and I was like standing right here and then I just went down to the basement to mess with the train.
And you went back to the trains again.
Yes.
We're in the train in the garage.
Oh, so it's almost freezing, but not.
Oh,
You son of a
that dirty
bitch,
rat.
child.
Does Ridgeview have a secret to it? No. No. If somebody told you that it does, they're lying to you.
Listen.
It doesn't have any intentional Easter eggs or secrets to it. They haven't done that
An
yet.
ankle biter? We get
Which
it.
I don't know.
You
They'll
just
probably
called it
add
an
lore
ugly
eventually, but
child.
they're not
You
going to
can't
add
say
Easter
you're cool
eggs.
with it. That's not how that
Listen,
works.
Listen. It needs some dental work, okay? It needs a toothbrush.
They're not the dental work.
Please don't.
I didn't do that. That was fun.
Hey, Jacob, I would
Nothing
never do
did.
that. Look how far back I am. I can't even touch the door. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Lies.
Look how far back I am. I can't touch that. Oh my god.
You just did it.
It's a ghost.
FlashForce. Stop it. Lock it in.
What? Nothing's even happening.
Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Lock it up.
Lock it.
Lock it up.
Did you know you can get... Oh my god.
We're on a serious ghost investigation. Together.
Well,
What do you think this
ghost
is?
says
Playtime?
otherwise.
Yeah. I
My
love how I
God.
said that, and I'm the one that's been messing with the train the whole time.
I know.
Where are you?
Wait for
Where are
it.
you?
Wait for it.
How old are you?
No?
Oh, bitch.
This ghost sucks. Another sucky boring ghost. See, look. That wasn't me.
That one was me. I'll say it.
Oh, look. See, it's like a drug. Once you...
See, I don't lie. Oh shit.
Does it get any line of sight of anybody? Just... Oh my god. Now is not the time.
Now's the perfect time.
I didn't realize. So you can
Come down
so you
here.
can turn the
were worried
train
about
on in the
nothing.
middle of the hunt?
Yeah, that's what I did last time.
I didn't know that.
I was having a wonderful time while y'all were terrified.
Is it over?
Is it gonna give the final piece? I mean, I don't have a smudge or else I do a gen test.
Never.
Oh wow, real cool. Blow out my light, you jerk. Oh, then you fart on us?
Hey guys, we're freezing.
Is it really?
Oh.
Oh my god, it's a Jen.
Yes, it was 0.3.
I'm calling my mom.
Mom, it's a gin. Bye.
Mom! Alright.
At least you have a mother. No,
Oh my God.
I mean, I do, but she's dead. Alright, let's go.
Oh.
oh, that's fair. Yes, mine.
Too morbid? Alright, we can go.
Mine is too.
Hey, let's go.
Victory.
Took me and my friends 15 minutes to get freezing last night. I feel like we're getting back into that. Like, do you guys remember when freezing was like a hell of an issue? Yeah. It was a big old problem.
Good. He prepared some jobs for us.
Hey, let's go. It's about time. That guy does
I'm
nothing.
kind of curious.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
What's up?
He used his ability once.
Ooh. Okay,
Oh,
so
so
that
that's
means
like when he touches
so
the
he
breaker?
hits somebody's, yeah, so he hits somebody's sanity one time. Sorry, it was the little kid ghost, forgot. Yeah, so that's what it
Always on
was.
the second hunt.
Uh-huh. Oh,
I
how many times
mean-
did it change rooms?
Oh, twice? Yes. Favorite
okay.
rooms, twice.
Yeah, not even that much. All right, well, you
Yeah.
guys want to go back to Tangle?
I'm done
It's
with
going to be
Tangle.
better this time. It's going to be a better room.
Yeah, let's work.
I almost
Will
level
it though?
500.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get
this
to
time
learn
it
more
will be a
traits.
Goryo.
Train
Will
time,
it?
let's go. Yeah, where's like a little
Oh.
badge with a little conductor, like the actual train on there or something? Come on.
So
Yeah,
we need
yeah,
that.
I feel like
Come on,
the mannequins
Connecticut.
as a badge didn't make sense.
Come on,
for
Connecticut. Let's get it together.
Not even
Especially
anymore.
for Tanglewood.
Mannequins.
What is the procedure? So, Leona, the way that my viewer games work is it is a join via channel points.
See,
I
I
have a
get
bot.
that they did,
Imagine
you
if we got
know,
it
they
lame.
did,
Parabolic.
what was it, Grafton?
Uh-huh.
Grafton for the mannequins and everything?
Yeah.
They would have done it for that badge, but why did they do it for Tanglewood? That's
Again,
my
my guess, I don't know. I'd have to ask. I think it's because they wanted this to be a badge before and didn't have the chance to do it. So now they're going to do it. Yeah.
Huh.
That's my guess. I don't know. I don't know.
They need to keep up with their stuff. Come on, Canadian Games. We pay good money for this.
Oh, Jacob, let's go, man. All right, I'm going to do parabolic. Here, I'll check for Kirsten here. No music box. Thrice is the best. They are the best. Agreed upon. How long is stream gonna go for? A few hours, and then whenever we're done, I'll take you to another kinetic partner, so you can keep earning badges if you haven't earned it yet. Wait. Did Ghosty just touch a Nor? Did I hear a Nor?
I think we
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. That was up or down. Is that down?
No, we have a Waluigi.
Was that down? I mean, I don't have any EMFs on it. Well, I thought I heard a door, but I didn't see anything.
Is it a good idea?
I mean, sure, let her rip. Don't hurt none. But yeah, Leona, so it's I usually call out whenever the queue is open, and then people join via channel points, and then you go to playingwithviewers.com to get your code. And I'm not kidding.
Bathroom at the front.
Ooh, I sees it.
Bathroom.
Goodbye. I'm done talking to you. Oh my God.
That's a hunt.
Sure is a hunt. I was right in front of it. I'm gonna die. I think it's the demon because I'm pretty sure I saw UV right before it almost killed me.
Oh no! Oh, no!
I didn't mean to laugh.
Oh no!
The way she said
What did she say?
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a demon. She said, "How did I die?"
Oh, like that?
My.
Oh, sweet, free photo camera. Let's go.
Yes. Robert.
All kinds of free
take
stuff
your
in
keys.
here. Cheese. grab her keys. Oh my God. What a butthole of a ghost.
Somebody's sanity is at Me and Flash are at 50.
We're
And
at
then the
50?
ones- Yeah, me and you are at 50, and the other person 3. Sir,
Don't forget-
I don't know how to say your name. Sir,
Damn, our sanity
Or
dropped.
Evanio.
Why did our sanity
Quickly.
drop so much? They're at
Probably
one.
because we were walking around in the dark.
Okay, but that's a hell of a drain. We weren't in there for that long.
Yeah, that's true. We weren't.
Damn. All right. Crucifix, spearman. Nah. If we think it's a demon though, yeah. Ultra writing and freezing. Okay. Well, I'll bring in everything anyway. Wasn't the sanity drop because of the hunt? But you don't lose sanity just because the ghost is hunting. You lose it because of how dark it is. Yeah. Yeah. Thank y'all for the follows. Galaxy, thank you for the 8 months. Rad, thank you for the biddies again. Thank you so much. All right, we got a Cruci in there. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put this one over here. We got Norm in there, I see. Ready to go.
Good.
Yes, I threw him in there.
Worth. Very
Wrong
worth.
button. Sorry.
What'd it do? How long are we streaming today? For a few hours. Yeah. Dead person? Yeah. Oh, wait. You do lose sanity when a player dies. Oh, yeah. I always forget about that. Because at that point, we're already at 0 sanity
It's
anyway.
almost freezing.
Where are you?
Right here.
Well, no, I'm right here. I'm talking to myself. So we have spirit box. Anything else? The first response I get is me.
We have a spirit box.
That's it, right?
Stick.
Oh, we have spirit box?
Did you say beef stick?
Yeah, beef stick. We have beef sticks.
We have spirit box?
Yeah.
Mark?
Yeah. I just got a
Okay.
spirit box. Did you say we had UV?
No. I thought you were listing off.
I thought I
items that we
saw
had in
UV
there.
earlier, but that was
Definitely
right before it
possible,
hunted
though.
me and I ran off and almost died.
So if we have spirit box, then it can't be a demon.
Yeah,
So what else hunts that early? A yokai if we're talking in its room.
maybe. What? Why are you putting a horse on the toilet?
A little horsey. Yeah.
Toilet
I'm
horse.
gonna
Get
go
a sound
get
recorder,
another. Oh,
okay.
there is another crucifix.
Ah,
Perfect.
yikers.
Okay.
Did I ever get the parabolic sound? No. Do it. Do it now.
Freezing.
Freezing.
Do we have orbs? Does anybody have a camera?
I do not. I'm gonna get more stuff though.
Camera.
What the hell? No, it can't be a yokai. But it might be a mimic that mimicked a yokai. That is absolutely possible. Perfect games? Not necessarily. If they happen, they do. If they don't, they don't. I kind of going with the flow of the group, whatever they want to do. I don't really care. If they just want to get the objectives and go, cool. Yeah.
We have orbs.
And we had freezing too, right?
Yeah, so it's
freezing
either an
spirit box.
Onryo or a mimic. My guess might be mimic based off of the early hunt.
Hey, we don't have any more protection, correct?
I have one smudgy.
I don't see any UV.
No, this was our last.
So I guess it's an on-reel?
Well, let's make sure. Oh, pooped in the sink. Hey,
Disgusting.
I'm gonna try to do the candle. I'm gonna try to do the candle test.
Okay.
We just need to actually blow one out. Hey,
I think you gotta ask it nicely for glowies.
oh, hey, blow out the candle. Piece of shit.
That's not nicely. Oh, Jesus.
Does that work?
Sure. Yeah. Works perfectly.
It's gonna hunt like away from here. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. That's why I got a smudge in hand.
All right, let me put this in
I
here.
don't know how I lived the first hunt. I didn't have a smudge.
I don't know,
didn't
but
have
it's really
nothing.
funny.
I just ran.
It's extra funny because the front door like closes so slowly when it hunts here.
Yeah, I noticed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It is weird.
It's like I'm gonna hunt you now. Oh, okay, 100% on Rio.
Yep. Okay. Let's go.
Roger that.
Oh, I didn't get to play with the train. Oh, that's fine.
Oh, listen, you can go back down there and hit it if you need to.
We didn't get a single objective completed.
That's okay, but there's a Twain. Feel like it's only appropriate. All right,
Did it
you
the
go
first
ahead.
round, I'll do it the second one. I love this train.
I love train. Hey, it's hunting. My turn.
Yay!
Andrea, you want to play Twain? Oh. I don't think he wants to play trains.
No, they never seem to come down here. Every time I've played on this map, it's hunted, and I go down there. They never go down there with me.
Stinkers. Oh, you're so cool. Hide and seek. No. Hi, Tika. Oh, Miss Fortune,
Currently
think
have
of the 13
objectives
months.
done. Do we want to do objectives or just?
Oh, I wasn't
it's
even
up to
paying
you guys.
attention.
It's up to you guys. If you want to try to get objectives real quick, we
I
can.
mean, cleanse
it shouldn't be that
and
hard.
repel is easy.
Yeah, and then I could try
Yeah,
to
we
get
get
parabolic
the
in the
two
midst of
for
that,
one.
so our dead friend is not dead for
Perfect,
too
so
long.
let's do that. Yeah.
Excited you're next? Yeah. So it's it's Callie, Juju, and Maddie that are up next. Where's that parabolic? Hey! Oh, it's right there. Got it. Look out. No, I do 2 rounds with each crew. Yeah. 2 rounds, professional preset, just so we can keep it fun, keep it moving. Yeah. I'm just going to stand in the garage and wait for this thing to give me parabolic while you guys do smudge.
Okay, have a beautiful time.
Okay, have a good time.
Don't die.
Oh, Phantom, you're good. No worries. No, you're okay.
Whatever.
Hi. What are you throwing? Oh, it's Norm.
Get sound.
He would like us to get out. We should leave. Got anything else good in here? You know what? I like your lighter. I'm gonna take yours. They smudged. Hey. I have a feeling it was coming for him. I think you talked and Ghosty was coming for you.
Never comes down to the basement.
As soon as I heard you.
Did you play your
Everybody
Twains?
alive?
All right, I'll
Yes,
bring
I
the
did.
Tide Pods. Let's go.
Okay, what?
What? That's
I was like,
crazy.
wait a minute.
Listen, it says it works
What
on
a train turned into a
100%.
tripod.
100% of common stains. That's totally worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if you say so. Oh, I need a...
All right.
That's the thing. Okay. Everybody good? Let's go.
Yeah, let's ride. Onryo.
Let's get
Hi,
other
Norm.
person back.
Norm, Tide. What the? Why did Norm just
You're
jump?
introducing the norm to Tide.
I want his little suit to be all spick and span. I don't want him to have any dirt on him. He's my Nomi. All right.
I
love
ask it a
gnomes.
simple question on the Ouija board,
Mhm.
and this happens.
Look what you did.
What did you ask
Hey,
it?
wait, question. Hold on. I wasn't paying attention.
literally-
Did
I
the Ouija
literally
board
asked
break?
it on where it was. No,
You
I
asked it where it was.
I wasn't
no,
looking.
the
I
Ouija
asked
board
it
was
where
still
it was
there.
and I-
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
I wasn't
I
paying
asked it
attention.
where it was and it didn't break. I said goodbye.
Clean gusher. What the?
Well,
When you
that's
said
probably
goodbye,
why
did
I
it break?
almost died.
No, I didn't say goodbye to the break. I asked it the question, and as soon as I got a few letters on where it was, I said goodbye.
Interesting. Interesting. Perfect Game Epoch 3?
asked it
I
a
have.
simple question. I was gonna ask another question for a Thay, but no,
And here we are.
Ghost didn't like me.
Well, thank you, friends. I appreciate the games. You guys are awesome and amazing. Thank you, thank you.
Well, thank you,
All right,
Mr.
thank you.
Flame.
Have fun
Of
with the
course.
games.
Had a blast. I will see you guys
Bye.
in
Have a
chat.
beautiful time.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
All right. I'm going to run ads, guys. I'm going to do I do 3 minutes of ads every hour. If you're not subbed, if you don't have turbo, don't worry about it. I'm going to wait because we're here. Okay. And then we'll get the next group in. Once the ads are done, then the next group, Callie, Juju, Maddie, you guys will be able to refresh the page and you'll be able to see the code, but I'm not in a lobby yet. So, it's really easy for me to be able to refresh it now with the thing that we had made. Yeah. And then once they come in, then 3 more people can come in. Yeah. La gasp. Appreciate all the follows, guys. I appreciate you. Boss. G-Pig, what's up? Alpha. Bruce. Goofy, what's up? Awesome sauce. Listen, again, I repeat, if we do Tangle all night, I don't care. I need to get Tangle runs in anyway, so it's beneficial. But if we go somewhere else, if people want to do like random whatever, whatever. Cool with me. Cool with me. Hey, Karma, how are you? I don't think the ad timer's fixed yet. I think that's still broken. I do have to figure that out. Yeah, it's not synced up, and I don't know why. It doesn't actually read the timer that's running right now. That's okay, whatever. What do you get for the 50 games on Tangle? There are these event board badges you can get. So like Lighthouse and the like Maple Lodge and things like that, where if you play certain maps 50 times, get the ghost correct 50 times, you get a badge for it. So Lighthouse, Camp Woodwind, Maple Lodge, the farmhouses, Sunny Meadows, Nell's Diner, and now Tanglewood. And I can only imagine that whenever they do Willow, that one probably will also get one too. Oh my God, is that a crispy tater? Oh my God. Mr. Tater Chip. Well. Hello, sir. How was Strimstram? Were you doing viewer games today? He normally does on Friday, but it may have been a different kind of a day because of all the drops and the things that were going on. Hello, Mr. Tater. Immediately got an ad. Oh, well, yeah. Sorry. You guys rated in when I was running ads. I'm so sorry. Was doing viewer games and bingo. Nice. You know, I've never done bingo, Tater. Never. I still have yet to do that. One of these days. Yeah. Hi, Peggy. Yeah, but welcome in, friends. Hello. If you are earning drops, you can still earn them here. I imagine that many already have it, but if you have not gotten it yet, then there you go. Why do you never see them? So really, the reason that you wouldn't see them would typically, especially if you don't have turbo or anything like that, would typically be because of region. Wherever you live, more than likely the ads that are running are not being run in your region. So that would probably explain why. And if you don't, then awesome. Then you don't have to wait for that. You're good to go. It's a freebie. Do I do viewer games often? I typically do them once a month, sometimes a couple of times. It just depends. Yeah. I found something, but I don't know if it has anything to do with the lore or if someone's seen already. Oh, what'd you find? There we go. Now they're done. Welcome back, friends. Resident Evil again soon. Yeah, I mean, soon-ish. Soon-ish. Obviously, with new Tangle, I wanted to, you know, play the living crap out of it. So we will get back to it eventually. One of these days, Alice. Mr. Tater. Guys, if you're not following my amazing Mr. friend, Mr. Tater, you should be. He is a homie. We are teammates. We are both on Midnight Society. If you guys are here with me, you know Tater. If you don't know Tater, then what the hell's wrong with you and why did you mess up? My reason I mostly get ads from gambling. Oh, that's not good. It's weird that they do that. That is a little weird. Little sus. Ryan, thank you for the 2 years and thank you all for the follows. I do appreciate it. Look forward to it. I've tried to stay somewhat spoiler free. Obviously there's going to be clips I can't avoid, but for the most part, for the story, I've kind of stayed away from it. So that way we can play more of it. Yeah. I've done one stream of it. We played like 3-4 hours, something like that. Love the short vids. I appreciate it. No, thank you, Rounded. Hey, Bruce, welcome in. You only know Doc. You need to broaden your horizons. When you first walk in the composition book sitting where the keys are, the back of the composition book has a badge on the back side that says correction. Oh. Interesting. See, I have not done a deep dive of the map and like looked around for that kind of stuff. Ooh, when we go back in, I'll have to check it out. All right. We are also playing with viewers. I know Tater probably does it a little bit differently than I do. I had only not too long ago had changed it up and we had a bot created. So that way you guys are able to join via channel points. And you also don't have to join the server to get the code when it's your turn to play. There's literally a website, which is also, Tater, you're going to enjoy this. So if you go to playingwithviewers.com, that is the page that you log in, that when it's your turn to play, the code will show up there for you. Yeah. Anime, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. Hello. Oh, of course, Shorty. It was good playing with you. I haven't played with you in so long. I hear that Doc guy's overrated anyway. You know what? He's got a really good point. Took me a few to get the book to flip over. I'll have to give it a try. Hi, Doc. He heard his name. You know, Doc, I was literally just watching Beetlejuice. I think it's a sign. Yeah. Loretta, hello. How are you? All right, let me get this code locked in, and then that way our friends can join. So that means that a couple of spots will open up. Like I said, it is via channel points. That is how you guys join. I hear Doc lives in Tanglewood. Huntress, I think you're right. I think you're right. I bet you he does. But I have heard, word on the street, I've heard from others, somebody's told me that there's a bunch of stuff in Tanglewood that looks like Doc's house. That's what I've heard. What do you do when you forget your phone when you're in the toilet? I start reading shampoo bottles. I can't be the only one. Like, are you sitting down already at the point where you forgot your phone? Or do you go in there before you sit down, you're like, ooh, I need reading material? Because if you're already sitting down... Yes, that didn't answer my question at all. Goofy Goober, thank you for the subs. You're lost? Me too. Sitting down already, and you get up to go get shampoo bottles and sit back down to read them. I don't mind you getting bottles. I don't mind you getting product to occupy your time, but you're already trowel to the ground and you pop up to get items and then sit back down. You scurry over to get... Oh, the toilet's right next to the shower. Okay, so you can still be seated and grab it? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Had a Revy do the air ability today. Oh, no, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Oh, excuse you. Is that a treasure train? Oh, party. NA, what'd you do? You just had 3 Obombos? Damn. I like Obombos. Aren't most toilets near the shower? I mean, yeah, but like close enough to reach the shampoo bottle? Like, I guess if you keep it on the edge of the tub or something like that, then yeah, I guess that makes sense. Don't ask questions you aren't prepared to handle the answer to. Touche, sir. Touche. Fair, Rafa. Fair. Hi, Car. Car, thank you for the raid. Hello. Oh my God. Callie, Juju, and Maddie, you guys all, if you refresh your page, you should see the code. You should see the code. As for everyone else, there are 3 more spots available to join the queue. Up next is Frog, Phantom, and Jason. And then after that, it's going to be Sentinel, Dawes, and Archmage. Yeah. Our shower is like 5 feet from the toilet. Mine, my stuff is up high. Like my toiletries and all that jazz. I can't reach that. I know I'm tall, but I'm not that tall. Did you have issues with the newest SE Live update? Oh, no, I don't think so, Car. I am having issues with other stuff though. I was having issues with Lumia. Lumia, I tried to download it, it literally broke. So I can't do the light stuff, which sucks. Hi, friends. Hold on. Turn down a little bit. Hello. Oh, hey, how are you?
Hello.
How we doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Great. Grand. Ready. Pumped.
Fantastical.
Jazzy.
I'm having technical difficulties. Hold on.
Oh, what's wrong?
My headset keeps falling off.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't fix that.
Oh, no.
It's like technical difficulties.
Quick, catch
Oh,
'em.
wait, we can fix
Quick,
that.
catch 'em.
Root, thank you for the subs, by the way. Guys, if I missed anything, I'm so sorry. Car, 73 months. What the fuck? Wow. I can't find the channel. Wait, I can't find the channel to join for a game together or so. What? I can't find the channel Pints to join for a game together or so. I need that again. I need that one more time. I need it again. It hurt. It hurt. I got a migraine.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, are they going to stay on your head now?
Probably not, but it's fine.
Oh my.
Points? That's a good point, Strange. Oh, if you're talking about the points, the channel points, that's the bottom left. Yeah, that's the bottom left, the little coin icon. Yeah. Nice frosty pints. Oh man, I need to go get more beer. All right, listen, you guys, you can agree on a map, you can not agree, you can pick multiple maps, I don't care. Whatever, dog.
I am good with whatever.
Okay. I am also good with whatever. Samesies.
Awesome.
Of course, Goofy, of course. All right.
I picked
Tangle.
Bleezy just because I like Bleezy.
I like it. Okay.
Bleezy is pretty fun.
They are all funs. All right. Either Tangle or Bleeze. Let's do it. Ah, Bleezy. Let's go. A little change of pace, which is nice. Thank you guys so much for all the freaking subs. I appreciate you guys. Huntress, thank you for the biddies. Might have the same problem I had. Must have gone so quick
Oh, I
that I
love
never had the
having the
option to
audio
spend my points. Oh.
Isn't it fun?
Oh,
Easy,
fun.
easy, beautiful. All right.
Photo and video of the ghost and repel.
All right,
What's
juice
this one?
is upstairs. I'll go get that. Okay, get that. One of those, the side of one of those. Let's rock. Car got repo today and you slipped and fell in the mud. Oh my god. Gothic? Well, stop it. Well, I hope that you can get the freaking car back easily. Damn. You were interrupting. Wait, what'd you do?
Oh, hey, we got the music back.
Nice.
What do you mean? It's a good one.
Dev update for Species Unknown. They're working on Prox Chat. Oh, Doc, I'm telling you, like, I was thinking about that game today. And one of my thoughts was, if there's one thing that is holding that game back, it is literally that. If there's one thing, if there's one reason why that game is not bigger than it is right now, it's because they have not added Prox Chat to it yet. That is why. Izu, what up, dude? Hey. Hey. Which game? Species Unknown. It's a game. Every now, like, Doc will find these games and he finds, I don't know what it is. He gets a feeling and he's like, hey, we should try this. And everybody tries and we're like, okay, it's really awesome. It's a really great horror multiplayer game, but it doesn't have proximity chat.
That's my favorite hiding spot.
Dude, I haven't heard a damn thing. Thank you, Siles. Wait, where was that? Possibly
Window touch up
downstairs.
here.
Oh, is it downstairs or upstairs?
I heard it up here.
In here, maybe?
Maybe. I thought I saw a down arrow for a sound, but it might have been ambient noise that I saw.
Possibly.
What do the temps look like in here? Ooh, what story are you writing?
Just nonsense about being a preschool teacher.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
Oh,
don't
you have a lot to write.
have...
Oh god, you have no idea.
I don't have a thermometer.
No, I don't either.
I don't see any orbs anywhere.
All right, I'm gonna check downstairs just to be safe. What is the weirdest place you've had a bone spawn? You know, we had on the old Bleasdale, we had a bone spawn between the piano and a shelf, and it literally was like a bridge.
There's freezing.
Ah,
out there.
is it down over here?
It's in the outer area, like where the fenced-in area is.
What? Friends, I believe it's outside.
No.
Yes, I was just informed.
We got.
We have hiding here. Oh, yeah. Look over there. Ghosty just set off that motion sensor light. Yeah. That's how you know. Ghosty's over here hanging out. Having a good old time. Hey, open up. Uh-huh. All right, I'm gonna go get more stuff. Want to play more Species Unknown, but my sister won't play with me. I just want them to have proximity chat, man. Seriously. The problem we ran into was that you can hear everybody everywhere. Yeah. And I don't even remember if I don't even think there's push to talk. You okay? Why are they?
Yeah, just Andy.
The moths in front of the light right there on the camera are like crazy lightning looking bug thingies. Oh. Run, it's Grandma! Twig! I just saw Granny go for a walk.
Please tell me that was just an event.
It was. Granny was just
Oh,
showing her
Jesus
stuff, that's all.
Christ, Okay.
Hi, Twig!
She was right on top of me. I thought I was gonna die.
Hello, friends. How was stream? Oh my god. Oh my god.
She followed me all
Twig,
the way
you're
through
such
the
a
garden. It
homie.
was
I
lovely.
hope that your games were good, friend. I don't know if you were doing just a bunch of tangles or if you're doing a bunch of stuff. All right, fine. I'll say hi since everyone I've been watching rated here. Chingus, you can lurk all you want. Nobody's gonna force you. This map, Bleasdale. Bleasy Street. It was really funny seeing Grandma go for that walk. All I heard was like, "I'm too sexy."
she like
The
appeared
strut.
right inside of me.
Or maybe it was like Saturday Night
And then
Fever.
just
I don't
started
know.
walking.
Oh my god. If I had a nickel for every time I heard that, right?
Right.
Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Are you angry? You ugly? Are you Grandma? Oh god, you are!
Okay. All right.
Hi.
Oh.
She's like,
okay.
well, yes I am, big
Her
boy.
head is glitching too. Okay.
Oh my god.
Interesting.
She's so antsy. Hi, Flank. Is the backyard room too large for crucifix to be effective? No, if you have tier 3 crucifixes, they are a really, really big range. Are you Meemaw? You belong in Tanglewood. You know where you belong. Cat, thank you guys for all the follows. I appreciate you. Guys, if you're here with me and you're not following Twig, obviously you have
know
messed
what?
up and you should correct your
We have to
wrongs
get a
and follow
video
Twig.
of the ghost.
Okay,
And I was unable to do that because I was shocked.
All right, she can stop
you
now.
got this. I believe in you. Oh, we need a photo too. I'll try to get a photo. Is it Noni? No, that was an event. Yeah, you can't base it. Although, do we have evidence right now?
EMF 5.
You know, Vaughn, you make a good point because that was 2 physical events in a row. I do, Zojo. Yeah, I do. And freezing?
Can we please delete the duplicate EMF 5? Thanks.
Wow.
You know, it's a skill issue. It's
Wait.
okay.
Oni-chan. EMF 5 freezing dudeskies. Incoming dots in 3, 2, 1. Fudge. It didn't work. Hey, Quad, how
That
are
was
you?
very anticlimactic.
Oh, yeah? What about this? Damn it.
Okay. Oh, look, dots!
Just as I looked away. Hey, Cap, thank you for the 9 months. Macy, thank you for the gifted. We're going to go save my dog.
Well, not a race because they walked to the salt.
Well, if we have dots, it's an Oni, yeah?
Wait,
There we go.
did we get freezing?
Why don't you use tier 3? Oh, do we not have freezing? I thought someone said we did. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. Hey, Zojo, welcome over, man. Tier 3 salt suck? That's just preference. Some people like to use it to slow down the ghost. I don't like to slow down the ghost. Okay, let's put Josie over here. It's freezing. Confirmed freezing. It's an Oni. Mimic event where you can say player voices? What do you mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
You know, if it was kind of like the Lethal Company mod stuff where like the mimic or like mimesis where the ghost could literally mimic player voices, that'd be crazy.
Oh, that would be
That'd
insane.
be so cool. Mimics a player.
Can you imagine just a
Yeah.
ghost going right here?
Oh my god, if it just says like change your voice as like general phrases.
That would be insane. I'm getting a smudge.
Okay. Oh, ooh, I got one by the front door, by the way. You're welcome.
Also, don't forget Josie.
Got her in my inventory. Ah, crap! She's here for me. Why? Might add that yet. That'd be super cool if they did. I don't know if that's something
Gross.
that they had in mind or not. No idea.
Gross,
Hey,
Miss
Marissa. Here, hey, how are you? Twig, I don't know if you're chilling, friend, or if you got to go. If you need to get your foods, go get your rests. I appreciate you so stinking much, friend. Thank you. She does like me. I don't know why she keeps showing up for me. No, this is my dog. This is Josie. She's upstairs on the couch right now. Okay. Okay. You know what? Fine. Oh, there's Dots. She's sideways, but there she is, and she's cute as shit. All right. Let's do this. I'm going to try to be somewhat helpful. This? Yeah. Who puts their animal pictures on a plate? This crazy old person? Did you see the tea room? Play dog. Still working on the badge. Oh,
Hey, Flash,
nice.
can you look at the Dots photo and tell us why it's not a Dots photo?
What the hell? For me, well, for me,
The
it shows
photo.
up differently, and it just says ghost.
No. Photo.
Yeah.
Not video.
Oh,
Photo.
not video. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, yeah. I got nothing. Yeah, yeah. I can see it in mine too.
Awesome. Yeah.
What was
What
that?
a
I
turd.
don't know. Drifter
What a turd.
found Subnautica sounds. This is my first drop. How does it work? You just have to watch for 2 hours. You got this. I believe. She's been really active anytime I've showed up, so I'm
Actually, no, I won't. I gotta get a
gonna show up so we can get that. Wait, do we need a photo?
Wait, can we have the camera?
I got a camera. Oh. I'm ready. Oh shit. Did that photo say $0? Yep.
Okay.
That's a yikes. I smudged. Okay. I didn't know if they wanted to follow me. Nailed it. We'll know when it's over because that light will go out. I never take hunt photos. I always fail. Why can't I claim my badge when I've watched enough? What does it say when you go to twitch.tv/drops?
You know, I thought I was a goner.
Why did that first one not count? I don't know. It's bugged. Yeah. Twig, did you shut your lips? I got that photo though.
Oh, it's a nice photo. I saw that.
Yeah, I did it. All right.
You smudged, I ran out, and then I got stuck right next to that where the door was, with the steps.
Well,
Like,
I probably got
no!
lucky. Well, it was an Oni, which probably made it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
It says claim, but the button doesn't work. I would try logging out and logging back in. That would be my guess beyond any other fixes. Yeah. That would be my guess. Hopefully that works. Do we need anything else? Oh, are we looking for bone?
I think they're looking for the boat.
Oh, roger that. Set up tour when. At some point, I would like, I mean, my room is not where I want it to be. I've had to move a bunch of stuff around, take some things out, add some things in. I'll help. I'll go upstairs. Watch it be like in the backyard.
You know, if it is, then that's just crappy.
Drifter. What the hell? What the hell?
No, I found it. It's out here on the porch.
Found it?
So it's technically still outside.
I was right. Hey, hey, careful.
Or did you just really something?
Nope. They thought I was pranking. It's not a prank. Oh, Lord, it's coming. Careful, Meemaw's gonna go for your buns. There she goes. Yeah, you better walk on, hard ass. My God. Hey, Zippini, how are you? There's an issue. You can't claim any drops right now. If you log out, it also sits there. Oh, okay. Thank you, Eric. So apparently there's an issue right now where it doesn't let you get anything. Not the buns. You'll be fine. See? Told you, you're fine.
I'm fine. I'm
See?
fine. You were standing there and I thought you just slammed the door.
No. It wasn't me. Thank you, Drifter. Thank you so much.
Are we alright?
I'm committing a federal crime.
That was so scary.
I'm taking the mail.
Oh, how dare you?
I'm taking the
Okay.
mail.
I mean, I'm stealing a plate, so.
Okay. Dem Bun's about to be acquainted with this. Oh my God. All right, there we go. Yeah, everybody
All right,
lives.
we're all alive.
Yeah. For me playing. I'd have been eaten already. Listen, it happens to all of us, man. Got it. All
I
right.
also have an Odin.
Everybody got Oni.
I got it.
Let's go. There we go. Look at those poppers. My God.
Oh, cute.
Look at it. So many G's. So many. Mayor, it was like halfway through and I'm like, do I still do it? It was another one that I had prepped because I was waiting to get everything live. And once I got it, I'm like, do I still do it?
Spawned in someone's face.
I guess I could. We do get the occasion. We do get the occasional like, hey, I didn't see. Yeah, I am a Phas partner. Yeah.
I love it when that happens.
Well, hoppa.
It's great.
I spawned in someone's
People.
face.
Oh, delicious.
It was yummy.
Yum. All right, let's go to Bleezy's. I mean, wait, that's not Bleez. That's Tanglewood. You know what I mean. I'll shut up.
Yeah, let's go to Tangle.
Yeah, you're right, Mayor. I'll do it. You're right. You're right. You're right.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before we start the
Noti.
investigation. New intel. Reports of light switching. Possibly harvest.
Duana.
Duana.
Escapade, cleanse, and 25% sanitize.
There we go. It has been done. There we go. Don't touch. Oh, wait. No, we do want it to touch the gnome. I'm going to put it in the ghost room immediately. I'm grabbing this, and escape 25 incense. Ah, that's not very helpful. I'm going to grab a photo camera just in case the ghost shows up. But what I'm really going to do is I'm going to get the gnome in there to get some noise out of it. Oh, hey, I got a noti. You can thank Mayor. We were talking about it. They were saying something in the mod chat about like the bots that will automatically do it, but they break non-stop. So I've just been manually doing it. Oh, power's on. The immediate sign the power's on because the iron went off.
We got the paw.
The paw. I'm ready for a ghost. ghost photo. That's what I'm ready for. What the hell? Relentless, thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the follows. Hello. Hey, let's go. It's okay. Where's it at?
No idea.
I have a friend fuse there. Oh my god. The iron does shush you. That's very true.
It was very sneaky how they put the monkey paw over there.
Oh yeah, on top of the soil. It's a little hard to see.
Yeah, I couldn't find it. At
Oh
all.
my god.
Like,
Look at that friggin', look at that boner jam. What the hell?
oh my land.
Oh my god.
Ghost is happy to see us.
I'm gonna cook. What is biddies? Like, what are biddies? It's a currency on Twitch.
If you had to pick a room that's your favorite room in Tangle. Oh, I got EMF in my favorite room.
I was just about to
Oh,
ask
the hobby room.
Yeah, I was about to ask if anybody turned the light on in here because
Ooh.
when I
Oh,
walked
Ghosty
over, the
did?
light was on. I believe so. I didn't
Okay.
do it.
Okay. I want to see
Not a
the.
man?
I want to see the puzzle get interacted with. I want to see what that looks like. It does move it.
Yeah, it's done that with me before. It's just all shuffled all over.
Yeah, I've come back in the room and seen it. I wonder if it's like realistic or if it just is like a PNG, just poof poof. All right, I'm ready for the photo. Oh, the gnome. You're right. We need Norm. I forgot.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Now you're good.
Norm's gonna play the puzzle. He's ready. Come on, Norm. We have photos up. Oh,
Where are you? Are you here?
hey, can you check the light switch in here with the UV?
Are you here? Are you near?
Okay.
Where are
It
you?
did say it was in here flipping
Are you
switches.
Are you here? Are you near? Where
Did it
are
throw
you?
something out of the bathroom?
Hello?
It did. It threw like a
Where
little
are you?
pine cone.
What's your favorite kind of pizza? You even like pizza? What
If
would
it
you
doesn't
do
like
for
pizza,
fun?
it can die twice.
Seriously. Ghosty doesn't want to do well.
Ah, what a piece of crap.
Donna doesn't want to have an
Donna.
interaction. Donna.
Dana.
Da-na-na, da-na-na.
Normally knows how to do the edge pieces. Come on. Make Norm say hi. Hey, Maiden, welcome in. Hello, how are you? Can't die twice. Can't die twice in Phas. This isn't Demonologist. Well, sure you can. If you get resurrected and then you die again, you die twice.
Our sanity is sitting at a comfortable 60.
It's not so comfortable. Ghosty's being a butt. You call him Norm? Yeah, call him Norm. Yeah, with the G.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. Wonder how many other people called him Norm like we did. But you're very like sophisticated. You call him Norman. I guess I nicknamed him. He's just Norm.
Come on. How did that not count?
I don't know, but it hasn't shown up yet, which is really awful and annoying. Is this a shade? Yeah, Jason, I'm thinking the same thing.
The motion sensor is going. There we go. Jeez. I hope it's not a shade.
It's gonna be a shade. It's not doing anything. EMF writing freezing. Okay. Hey, Shallow, thank you for the 8 months. Can't believe I've already been subbed 8 months. Let's go. We're on the same wavelength. EMF writing and freezing. I'm gonna bring this. Gonna bring this. Who the hell brought those? What the hell? We normally just steal Norm? No, I want to try to get more sound bites out of him to see what else he says. Civilized Possum, thank you for the 25. We love Norman.
We have ghost writing.
Oh, real original. Oh, the thing. Is that the book?
Yeah.
All right. So I need to give it a flippery doodah?
I just had it flipped over.
Oh,
That's what I was doing.
How the hell did you read that?
I zoomed in and I took a screenshot and I will look at it and I can send it to you.
Oh, okay.
If that makes it easier.
Yeah, it does. I was gonna say I could always try to flip it on something a little bit more eye level like this, but having it flip down might be the problem. Ooh, maybe on the trash can? Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, come on. Hey, Nightmare, how are you? You mother father. Okay.
Okay, we had EMF 5 for a split second.
Who the hell's down here playing with trains? I don't even know where to do this. There's nowhere good. What the f... I can't zoom any further than that. Yeah. That's all I got. But apparently it said something about corrections. I don't know. That's what Juju said.
Can we delete the paranormal talking duplicate, please? Thanks.
My gals. Corrections department. Yeah.
Appreciate your cooperation.
Yeah, of course, we got you back, eh?
Hey guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we have negative.
We have EMF 5, writing, and freezing, don't we?
Yep.
Can't believe it.
Oh my gosh. I love it here.
Lighting some incense. Stupid freaking shades, man. Pilot, think of the biddies. Come on. Fall. Here we go. It's upside down. At least it wasn't a basement shade. Yeah, I guess. Oh, stupid bounce. Bounce off. God damn it.
Well, the ghost just left, so I think she thinks it's funny.
Doing everything I can. I'm just gonna put it right there. Hate shades, yeah.
What was our cursed object?
I'm just gonna stand out here like this. Honestly, I didn't even see it.
It's the paw!
Oh, yeah, it's the paw, I forgot. I have a picture, I just don't know where to post it. You can DM it to me if you want. I'm just gonna stare into the window while they do this.
Good time.
Careful.
Get out of here!
What?
Leave me alone. Let me do my puzzle in peace, damn it.
I'm just looking.
No.
All right. Sorry.
My puzzle with my normie. Goodbye, okay?
So you know it can't hunt with you in there.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And then if it tries to hunt, it's gonna eat this guy.
Well, I mean, I had a peeping Tom, so I had to take care of that.
What? I just wanted to see if the puzzle was done. Just curious.
It'll never
Damn.
be done.
Oh, I don't have much.
Me either. It'll be fine. I burned mine already. It's too late. Had Noni right at the front door, which is the same amount of annoyance for me as a shade. Because every time you walk in, it vents right in your face. But at least that's more interesting. The peeping puzzler. Oh my god.
Should I do the tank?
Someone said the peeping puzzler. It sounds like someone from like the Office.
Oh my god.
Did you guys hear about the peeping puzzler?
The peeping puzzler.
You could if you want to. I mean, it would force it to happen at least.
Nobody's in the ghost room, right?
Someone gifted a sub. I came to follow and say thank you. Oh, welcome in, Corrupted. Yeah, we'll find
I
out.
wish to trap the ghost. I wish to trap the ghost. Okay or not? Okay, didn't need it. Didn't need that.
The party pooping puzzler. they were behind the door.
No.
Oh.
Died.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I love that we just keep vocal stimming.
Need to stop skipping. Need to stop skipping neck day. Damn. Worth it. I wish for life. Worth it. Worth it. Worth it. All right, I tried to go outside. But it wasn't my equipment. I have no idea whose equipment that was at it. It wasn't mine.
Run.
I wonder where my corpse is. All right, let's follow her around. Oh my God. Did you see that umbrella? You know what? Do you know what's really, really interesting? What's interesting to me is that they have a brand new map, right? From ground up, completely new. However, just like in the original Tanglewood, when you're dead, you can see this stuff. Why? Oh yeah, Root. Yeah. I mean, Discord, you'd be able to actually send me the photo. Enter, thank you for the 10 months.
There's a pinky that's glitched.
Oh yeah, there it is. But you notice that, like in the old Tangle, we had this weird webby stuff.
Interesting.
Wonder if it's actually lore. What if it is? What if it's on purpose?
It's the duck one in the kitchen. It's like in the ceiling.
You're actually a spider. Oh.
Right here.
So much fun.
I don't know. Could be the house's spiritual look, maybe. If you just got here and you're wondering why I'm dead, it's because I revived a teammate. A teammate got hit. It's the afterlife. Yeah, but this is the only one. This is the only one you see it in. Hold on, wait. I need Norm. Norm, you're coming with. Run, Norm, run.
Makes sense.
Got him. There we go. Hey, Vetri, welcome in. Look, didn't even notice him.
Oh, I brought a normie.
Oh, there we go. There we go. How do you cause the curse on with the voodoo doll? Just push the pins in until the heart pin goes in.
I've prepared some jobs for you.
You know what? Everybody else lived. I'll take it.
You sacrificed yourself to save me. How
I did.
thoughtful.
I did. I thought,
And then
you know,
you ran
I've had a
away
good
and ran to the door like you were trying to get out, and it didn't work.
I've had a good streak with
He
that,
was
so I
trying
thought
to run
I'd take
from
my
it.
chances. Obviously, that didn't work out too well.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah,
great.
that's okay. Well, thank you for the games, friends.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
That was
I
out of
appreciate
fun.
Thank
this.
you.
I will see you guys in chat.
All right, bye.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. All right, we'll do another code. This is it's because I can easily update it. That's why I don't mind creating a new lobby each time.
I've gathered a list.
Could be
of
visitor
other hunters and
representation
help.
between life and death. Well, it has been around the original Tanglewood, the old Tanglewood, ever since the game came into existence. And it was always thought to be like, why is that only on this map? Why is it never like, I don't know. Why is it never introduced anywhere else? Is it a bug? I don't know. But then we also see it on the new map. So very, very interesting. I'm watching on YouTube. If I watch on Twitch, do I get the badge? Yeah, you have to watch on Twitch to get the badge. Yeah, because there's no Twitch drops on YouTube. It's just on Twitch. All right, let me update the code. And then Frog, Phantom, and Jason, you guys are about to be up, friends. All right. There we go. 3 more spots. Okay. So, Frog, Phantom, and Jason, you guys are welcome to join whenever you're ready, friends. That's a scary sounding group already. What do you mean? Is this one of the streamers I could watch to receive the new badge in Phas? I believe so. I'll ask him, though. Yeah, you can. Hello?
It's a flash.
No, it's not. You lie. The fast click succeeded. How are you, Frog?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Have you played the new maps and stuffs?
Yes, I've been playing Tanglewood all day.
Oh, it's so good.
I also just was going through on Friendly Ghost trying to find different things.
That's...
I couldn't find much.
Oh, like you mean like lore-wise? Couldn't find much?
Yeah, I found an
Okay.
urn.
Yeah, I still need to... I need a deep dive. I haven't had a chance to yet.
Yeah, I've been trying.
Hit the wrong button.
I was like trying
Oh,
to
you're
find
good.
obituaries and stuff, but all
Yeah.
the newspapers just mentioning brownstone.
Right. Oh no. Yeah. Oh yeah. That newspaper's been around for a while. It's been in a few maps.
Yeah.
I think they should make the rain louder and add more dogs. I hate you. I hate you. Absolutely not. Oh my god. Blackluster, thank you for the gifts, man. And Dragon, thank you for the raid. Blue, welcome in. Hello. How do you check your drop progress? Go to twitch.tv/drops. Yeah. How dare you? She's here to cause havoc. All right. Frog. Oh, Phantom. We're waiting on Phantom. Maybe some goats. Drag racing. That would, okay. That would actually be kind of funny. Like, what the hell's so loud? You just turn, you just... Narendales, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. Anyone else got an issue with the voice chat not working in the lobby? No, ours has been okay. Hello? Now mute.
Hello.
Yep.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, make sure to mute the stream. I was saying, I hear me yelling at myself.
I was just about to say, I hear a second flash.
It's a mimic. Ooh, random. Okay. If you guys are cool with it, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I'm down.
Look at this. We got a
I
plethora.
don't mind.
We have Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox in here. Oh my god. And they say it couldn't be done. We still got Tangle. Percy, thank you for the subs. Welcome back. It's so funny that we still got Tanglewood.
Always.
Oh, that's funny. The game's like, you're not getting away from me. You go right back there right now. Just need Switch 2. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's a good point. It'll be coming later this year. We don't know when yet, though. Motion sensor, incense. I'll go and get it so we can just knock it out. Give me these things and give me this. Give me this. How's it possible to join the queue? Do exclamation point rules, friend. It should tell you in there how to join. Wait, no, maybe not. I might be lying. That might just be the rules in general. To join the queue, you just have to wait for the channel point redeem to show up when there's availability. Right now the queue's full. We have what?
Mirror, and I'm checking.
Oh. Cheese. Oh, I see somebody.
Dining room.
Goes Dave. Okay, it's
I
here.
don't see ours, but then again, I don't know.
Norm wants us back in there. Yeah. All right, it's walking around. What's up, OG? How are you? Safe as sound. Thank you for the prime. Welcome in. Oh. Anyone got an EMF on him?
3.
Oh, both of my photos have someone in it holding the thing that I took a photo of. All right. Say 3.
They're just photogenic.
It's a 3, a trace.
How do you send me a direct message on Discord? It should just be open. You should just be able to send me a message any way you want to. Still adjusting. It was one of the few maps I fully memorized. Well, luckily, I mean, the layout is literally identical. The layout is exactly the same. Avalar, tier 2 for 5 months. Thank you, dude. Yikers, that's early as hell, boy.
Demon.
Oh my god, maybe.
Only thing I
I
can
guess.
think
Well,
of.
let me show. BRB, you gonna check our sanity? Demon? Maybe. We are sitting at a crisp like 75.
Definitely a demon then.
I think our chances of demon just went up exponentially. All right, I'll bring in stuff for us to record. I'll bring in a smooge and...
We have UV.
Okay. Les Demons, we should get writing and freezing. Writing and freezing. Give me these. Let's go. How do I know if I got the badge? You should get a notification from Twitch that says that you earned the drop. Yeah. Hey, remember that lighter thing? Yeah, those are fun. All right, I'll put this guy there. And then we'll put this guy over here. And I'm going to go back to the truck and get a lighter. Oh, wait. Maybe I threw it out here.
There was one left on the truck, so.
Okay. Nope. I definitely didn't grab it. Roger that. Oh, wait.
Writing.
Whoops. Noted. Yeah, that's a demon. Wow. I remember my first lighter. You shut your butt.
And it just hunted again.
Ooh, it's getting spicy. All right, burn cruci, haunted mirror, EMF. I could go look for the boner jam. I found the boner jam. Can you hear me? No, Phantom, not right now. I don't think so. Phantom, we cannot hear you right now. I don't think so. Oh, a little bit. Better chill your stuff. Oh, wait, you said writing. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right, so that's all done. We have no videos.
I said we also had UV.
Oh, yeah. UV and writing. I think I got that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's about to do stuff and things. Always weird hearing part of your name. Here, relax yourself. How do I get good at Phas? Don't die.
All of the sounds are completed for media, by the way.
Getting good at Phas is repetition. The more you play the game, better you're gonna get. Come on, motion sensor. Shamo. I mean, I mean, we gotta be real, though. I mean, I'm not wrong. If you die less, the better you are. Probably. Blow out the firelight, please. Can't play Phas on solo. Too scared to go in the house? No, you got this. You'll be fine.
You got a photo UV?
Oh, no. Oh, got it. Let's go. All right. Blow out the firelight. Let's go. Shamo. Got good using trackpad and MK. What? I'm assuming we have no more cruci bites.
I don't think so.
We also have a duplicate video.
What the French? Oh God, he's naked. He's naked. He's naked. I don't think he's naked and scared though, or naked or afraid. He's naked and antsy. Oh my Lanta.
Damn, that guy hunted for a while.
Can we delete the one video, please? Remember that clause you played with Tom? Oh yeah.
My check mark on it.
Oh no.
Yeah, after that last cruci, I had
There we go.
a hunch he was about to hunt, so I went and hid.
I got you. What? Where? Gotcha. There we go. Can anyone join? Yeah, but you have to join via channel points and join the queue. Oh shit. The umbrella's sticking out of the wall. It's the nicest little hunt I ever did see.
Uh-oh.
Why does it touch the door so gingerly? I don't understand.
I was hiding behind the bookshelf, and all I
Yeah.
hear is, "It's naked."
I was just making observations. I was just making sure the team knew what was going on. He's naked. You see him in there? Oh no.
I was hiding in a locker and heard the same thing.
The guys with the follows. Bowen, thank you for the 8 months. Hey, come do your puzzle.
Cleared evidence.
Technically no, but we should have freezing, right? Where's Thermer? There's Thermer. And where's Ghosty?
No freezing.
It's 2 degrees. It's here.
Yeah, I didn't get freezing.
What? What?
What?
It's in the
3, 2, 1, hunt.
It just touched the breaker, by the way. Like the breaker door.
They are also very throwy.
Can it interact with the puzzle to complete it? You know, I don't know. That's a great question. I haven't seen it happen yet. Oh, wow.
It's
really?
moved to the garage now. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
What gave it away? The car alarm?
That and it touched the breaker.
Look out! Let the game open again. Wait, what? Alright, I tell you what, for now, what we're gonna do, for now, we're gonna close it and then I'll reopen it depending on our time, friends. Sentinel, Dawes, Archmage, Ace, Mystic, and Muta Murphy. Oh, there goes one of those nice little hunts again. They're so cute. Ads are coming up in like 4 minutes, by the way, just a heads up. Ah, it's Norm. Hi,
Oh
Norm.
my god. Our sanity is gone.
It's fine. Who needs it? It's overrated.
I never
Hi,
had
Crow.
it to begin with, so it's okay.
It's fine. See, exactly. Are you also a parent? Oh, okay. That would explain the sanity loss, but you know, there's other IRL things that can happen. I understand.
Just married.
Your poor significant other. No, just married. Oh my god. Well, I mean,
Hey, he survived.
Hey, we're not getting freezing. This ghost is being a butt. And it sounds normal speed, right?
Did anyone check Spirit Box?
It's got to be demon. It has to be,
I
because
did it.
if it's normal speed, it can't be an Obombo. And Myling and Pulte
Not
aren't
really
going to hunt that
glowing
early.
a lot.
Yeah. It's a gossipy. I mean, we still could check just to be sure.
I volunteer.
Listen, I'm down Charlie
Volunteers are
Brown. I'm just
tribute.
saying. I
Good luck. I burned my slush.
I think Phaz should double the amount of people that can join in a room. You think that 8 people should be on this map at one time? He's really naked. Oh, that's right. I moved to the garage. I forgot.
Where are you?
Right here.
How old are you?
I'd rather not say.
Are you friendly?
No. Neither is he. Dirtbag. Turns out the whole time been working for the company. This isn't lethal. Why not use tier 3 salt? I don't want to slow down the ghost. Damn, dude.
Yeah, this has got to be a demon.
It's,
You're hunting too much.
yeah, there's our little walkies. It's just, I think it's moving around too much to not get cold enough to show freezing. Yeah, F this ghost. F this ghost.
Or Flash was just singing the Friend song and he got hunted.
I figured maybe if I did it, maybe Ghosty would be smudged. There we go. We have all the essentials. Got the Moo Cup, Norm. Let's go. All right, going demon. Ads are going to start in like 10 seconds, friends. I'm going to let them go. It's going to be like the beginning of our next game, so you're not going to miss it much. Okay? The Moo Cup. The little cup that moos.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs.
Yep.
You saw how many times we checked for freezing and never got it. And that was, I mean, you know, not that long, but still 13 minutes. Come on now.
That's ridiculous.
What up, Viper? Hey, Soggy Nugget. Very ridiculous. All right. Well, that was technically random. Do we do random again?
Sure.
All right, let's ride. Ads are 3 minutes long, and I do them every hour. Usually when I'm playing solo, I manage them, or if I'm in the lobby. But if I'm playing with others, we usually just let them roll. Yeah, we got prison.
I want to cry.
And it's snowing.
Go and take a closer look. Maybe use
Looking for bonus orbs. We need up snow. Give us up snow.
I despise prison.
That's the risk we take when we do random. I don't see any Orbeez.
At least it's not the school.
Very true.
Yeah. At least here's a big open area. School is just one massive room.
All right, give me this.
With little bitty rooms in it.
My God. Give me this. Give me this. This. Okay, we're good. There should be a random and a small map random. I think it should just allow you to X out maps that you don't want included in your random.
Use it.
I think.
Unless someone else is using it.
You can like cross off high school, prison, all that stuff.
Go for it.
What do we got? Oh, I missed it.
I think that's where they take the photos in front of the thing.
Was that the office upstairs?
It looks like.
It might be. Ah, crap. We're on professional. We could have looked for power. I forgot. Hey, Emma. I'll prep the switch anyway, just in case we find it. Oh, my Lanta. First spot.
Is it this room?
Maybe. It might not be. I thought that's what I saw, but it's possible it's somewhere else.
I mean,
check the temps, though.
mention it looking like where they take the photos of the inmates.
Flash, behind you.
What happened? What?
In the room behind you.
In the room behind me. What? Oh, yeah, we found it. It's in here. It's like 3 degrees.
Put the power box at least.
Yeah, I got like 3 degrees in that room. Tips on locating ghosts quickly on large maps like this. What, a parabolic microphone? Yeah, the parabolic makes it way easier to find the ghosty, especially if you're trying to cover a lot of area in a short amount of time, because like this one can hear 30 meters out. One guy might want to take sandy meds. Nah, he's fine. To give you an idea of how far that is, hold on, let me try to get a good, you know what, let me do it outside. Let's go outside and then we'll talk about it. Oh, turn the power on here. Boink. So, from the front door, let's see. To here. So from where I'm standing, right there, from there to the front door is how far the tier 3, the tier 2, and the tier 3 parabolic microphone can hear. That's the distance, 30 meters, roughly, give or take. I mean, one step in game is like 1 meter. So this is the type of distance that you can cover with a tier 2 or a tier 3 parabolic. With a tier 1,
What you doing out there, Flash?
doing a demonstration. This is the tier 1. Even this is, look how far this is. This is 20 meters. This is just with the tier 1 parabolic microphone. So that shows you how far you can hear, to make it a lot easier to hear noises. You can't just hear from here to here without any kind of assistance. You have to have it. All right, let's bring a smudge, because now I don't know how. Actually, wait. We're at 65 sanity. Yeah, he's hitting like 30 sanity now. No, it's Flash. Thank you for the follows, friends. Tee tee. Do we have any evidence at all yet?
No.
Okay. Going in. Hey, Strawberry, welcome in. What's up, Katie? Obi-Wan, Squiddy, Alpine. Thank y'all for the follows. Welcome in. You guys have until the 10th to earn the animated drop badge, by the way. And then after that, you have a week to earn the static version. The badge looks like that. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Is Ghosty doing anything?
No, I'm not even getting anything on the little sound recorder.
What if it's not actually here? What if it moved? Got your badge? Heck yeah. It's 10 degrees in that room, by the way. 11 degrees. Where did this ghost go?
They're just exploring.
It's exploring. Is there a range we can move rooms? Rooms that are adjacent to it. Now wait, what is directly under? I'm gonna go look at something real fast. Do we have anything? Do we have to do anything? Just watch for 2 hours. Hear me out. What if it's in the room directly underneath by the front door?
Checking now.
Very well good.
We had 3 degrees upstairs, and now it's 2 degrees down here. Yep, it's underneath now.
And the wall I thought was the picture wall is the blinds.
What's interesting is that we had lower temps in the room above.
We also have ghost writing in the room above.
What the hell?
I've got 14 degrees in the room we just tested.
In that front room?
Yep.
What the fudge? Oh, he took sanity. Okay. I'm going to bring in salt. I'm going to bring in UV and bring in this. Never heard of ceilings? I guess the ghosty hasn't. Floor boundaries, what are those? What the hell?
Unless it moved as soon as we mentioned where we found it.
If it did that, it would have to move to the hallway, more than likely. Oh no, I just saw the... No, I just saw the light from the mirror in here.
Weird.
Hey, Yuri, welcome in. First time, first stream, love the vids. Learned a lot from you. I appreciate you. Welcome. Ghosty. Let me get this.
I'm gonna go look for the bone. Keep me updated on what evidence we get.
After that. No freezing. Duke, thank you for the 4 months. What up, dude? Ooh. We have UV. Some miling? 5 actual hiding. Is this a miling? EMF ultraviolet ghost writing. Oh, that's right. We do have writing. Oh, I forgot. This has to be a miling.
Quiet steppies.
Well, yeah, and you said we had writing. We also have UV.
Yep, we do indeed.
Just no EMF 5 in here.
I was walking down the stairs and it started hunting and ran back up.
Title said doing Tanglewood. Does it? Does my title say doing Tanglewood? Oh, it does. Oh, yeah. But we're also playing other maps too. It's not just Tanglewood. Yeah. It's just in the rotation. No. On YouTube side.
So we're
Yeah,
just
on the
missing
YouTube
an
side.
EMF 5 for a miling.
Correct. Yeah, we've already played the new Tangle like 3 times or like 4 times tonight. Yeah. It's a spicy. Love the vids. I appreciate it, kitten. Thank you. Ooh, try to eat the crucie. Well, I'm sorry, it ate the crucie. Aw. Careful.
A panic smudged.
Yeah, I saw that, Vaughn. Yeah. Possible EMF 5. If they get there fast enough, they might hear it. Hey, Quiet
Is
Snake.
there an EMF reader in there?
There is, or there was. I thought there was. No. I could be lying. Perfect runs? No. We're not worried about perfect. Getting the evidence and getting the ghosties is really the main concern here. I'll go meet them at the door. The game mode, professional. Yeah, I always do professional when I'm playing with viewers. Just came in chat and you're lying already. Hey, listen, it's not intentional. Listen, okay? Listen. Use sound sensor to see for EMF 5. A sound sensor doesn't give you EMF 5. Few shots in. Oh, she. All right. No, they're not useless. They can really help you find the ghost. You can hear things like ghost writing, depending on what it is. They're not useless. They're just not used super often because, especially on small maps, you don't really need them. Wish we could hear it on the sound sensor. Me too. To hear if you get EMF 5, you can't hear EMF on the sound sensor. Good night, Nightly. Look out! Looking at pictures of stables right now. Oh, nice. Uh-oh.
No.
What did you do?
Don't blame me.
Look at it. He's right at your feet.
I didn't.
He died right near me. I heard it.
Yeah, I got someone over here just murking people. Let me go check and see if he's got EMF around his neck. Hold on. No fiver. Hi, Glay. Listen, I'm cool with going miling if you guys are.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't heard heard his footsteps, so.
It was super, super quiet.
I haven't been around work hunting, so I haven't heard anything about it.
They should rework some of the equipment. Like what? And what should they rework? Run, SpongeBob,
He
run.
lost a teammate because of Flash, too.
Wow. Okay, he didn't die at my feet. Sound sensor? What do you want reworked about it? All right. Wait on our friend. What are you up to, Mr. Glay? How are things going, sir?
Think he's lost.
Oh, no.
Nope, I'm coming.
Oh, Lord, he coming? Oh, there he is. Oh, I see him. He's in the block. See him up there? See a little blip? He's working on it. What up, Ace? Oh, hey, how are you?
He's trying.
Duke, thank you for the 4-month Prime, friend. You haven't used it once. How do you know it's useless if you've never used it? Add a little portable map. There's definitely some cool ideas I've heard. Like sanity on like a watch could be kind of cool. What happened?
He's moving so slow.
Oh, he's trying. Look. Waiting for the door to unlock. Stupid ghost. All right, you should be good.
It's done.
Hey, Timeless. Cosmic, thank you for the 22 months.
Run, Forrest, run.
We were following your little blip as you were running around. It's like some weird Pac-Man.
Did not find the bone.
Maybe I have, but it doesn't do much. Right, but if you can't even remember using
Somewhere
it,
nearby us, too. Watch.
it's kind of like... Hold on. All right, we're going miling. Let's get out of here. It's kind of like...
Or in a place I looked, but didn't look hard enough.
It's like, man, I just hate spaghetti. Oh, really? What don't you like about it? Well, I've never had it, but I just don't like it. Well, maybe I have, but I don't remember having it. But how do you know you don't like it? Because I don't. What have you used it for even? Sound?
It was in the cafeteria.
The cafeteria.
And I hadn't gotten there yet.
Oh, the bone? Oh.
Yeah, cafeteria
Yep.
security.
Okay, but what does the sound achieve? Me hearing things. Ah.
Good job.
You can hear when the ghost touches things. You can hear when the ghost writes in the book. There's definitely things you can get from the sound sensors. But if you've never used it and you don't remember using it, then it's hard to say, well, it's useless. You could say, I think it's useless. Why? Well, I've heard people say this. Okay, that's fine.
It was indeed. Thank you for the
It was indeed
Thank
fun.
you guys. I appreciate you. You know,
Thank
ended on
you.
a nice prison run.
Thank you.
Always fun.
Always fun to get to play.
I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you in chat.
Yep, see you
Yep.
later.
Bye. I love when people complain, but I've only played like 2 times. I don't mind it. I know I don't mind if somebody's only ever played once and they have an opinion about something, because I think it's in your right. You should. You absolutely should. But to be so strong about the opinion and then be like, well, I don't even remember using it. It's just wild. Yeah. You stream Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Wait. But what timing? Oh, if you do X-Space Point schedule, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8:30 p.m. and then Sunday at 1. And that's all Eastern time. So you just have to convert Eastern time to whatever time zone you are. Yep. Yep. All right. Let me get my next crew.
Looks like there are others out there in need of help.
I have used it, but I just said that I was implying that I've never used it normally. So when you did use it, what'd you get out of it? Or what did you try to get out of it? Gonna keep playing? Oh yeah, we're still playing right now. Yeah. Thank you, Frog. All right. Like I said, the queue is closed right now. If I have time, we'll open it back up, but we will see. Sentinel, Dawes, and Archmage. You guys are up, friends. Let me get the code. Which is there. If you refresh your page, you should have the code. If you don't know where to get the code, if you go to playingwithviewers.com, you'll be able to get it. Nothing. All I heard was interactions. Didn't make anything out from it. Right. So you put the sound sensor in there without having any idea of what you were trying to achieve. It's kind of like having the parabolic and you're hearing sounds, but you're not doing it for a purpose. You're just doing it to hear sounds. Like, okay, you heard the ghost make a noise and you heard it throw stuff. Now what? You know what I mean? The book thing is unreasonable because you can just go look at it. Right. But if it's... this is a really dumb argument. It's just a very dumb argument because it can be useful, but it's not like super useful. Do you know what I mean?
Hello?
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 How's it going, friends?
Going good.
It's super specific. Right. But
Going
what is
alright.
the harm in putting them in there? Tangles? Oh, yes, please.
Yes.
Yes. More tangles. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. I didn't want to be able to hear anything today anyway.
Oh, foggy weather.
What? It's, just
Huh?
it's so stupidly loud, man. I don't know. I hope that they fix that soonish.
Like sometimes the weather's just not quiet at all.
Oh, there we go. I was like, excuse me. Okay, there we go.
Just didn't want to open.
It wouldn't let me open. No. All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take flashlight and I'm gonna take 2 sound sensors. We're gonna find a nice centralized point, which I'd say is probably here. Put that there, and then I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna put this one over here. Put it like right there. All right. And go over here. And go over here. BRB. Wonder if the ghost can interact with the phone. I'm a little curious about that. Oh, it's so loud. Yeah, the weather is something they really, really need to work on.
5 degrees and you have a box of music.
Nice. How many degrees where?
Hours. 5 degrees, Master.
5 degrees in the Mayhester.
That's what I heard.
Like the master stereo.
I'm just gonna sit here and stare at this the entire stream. Can it call Taco Bell? We could sure as hell try. All right, I'll bring book, I'll bring dots, and I'll bring spear box. Do you open the queue or the mods? I do. Yeah. I enter the code for the queue. I do all the stuff with the queue. That's one less thing for them to do. I don't want them to have to worry about that. What do we got? Ooh. Is it master or is it in the potty?
I don't know, but I feel like these 2 rooms are kind of like connected to each other.
Okay, it's definitely here. It's here like this. These 2 are connected. Where are you?
Oh, we got UV.
Spicy. Well, we have UV and spear box then. That was fast. Galu, Phantom, Pulte. Ooh, wait. Has it? Oh, okay. Well, there's one.
I see salt stuff.
Where you going? Ghostie's leaving. Ghostie's out of here.
It's all dots.
Oh, dots?
Salt dots.
It's a Phantom. Oh, shit. All right, let's get the objectives and the stuff then. That's too fast. Hey, M&M's, what's up? How are you? Happens so damn fast. Ghosty gone. What do I consider to be the most useless item? Whatever item you use the least. For most people, they're probably going to say...
We're throwing?
They're probably going to be sound sensor. Wait, why are we throwing?
We didn't bring Norm inside yet.
Listen, so don't. Stop it.
It's the naked man.
He's Phantom. Also, is the stream to watch for the card? Yes. Yeah. Yep. Watch the stream for 2 hours. All right. I brought you.
It just talked.
What'd he say? No.
Norm said, "Hey."
Son of a bitch.
In the sunshine.
Norman, say it again. Norm. God damn it. Of course he did, because I wasn't here. He's so shy. Man.
Ironically, he said it just about as you walked into it. Like
What a prick. Oh, man. Oh, do you need sounds here? Where are you? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Get that one first. All right. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? There you go.
Got it.
All right. I'm sure it'll do something else here shortly. If Norm talks, can you use that? Oh, ooh, that's interesting. Probably not. I was gonna say, I wonder if that is a good point. Wonder if Norm, like when he talks, if you see the sound sensor move. Probably not.
It did not whenever he talked. Also, the ghost is cold.
Okay. Well, get him a jacket. Poor Christopher Emmett. He just wants a coat. Thank you guys for the follows. Welcome in, friends.
I'm gonna go play with the train.
Okay. I'm gonna go play with the train. All right. You have tier 3 crucifixes in here, right? Oh, Ghost, you turn the light on in here. Music box, EMF. Oh. I'm ready for the dot photo. Come on. Oh, good luck with you trying to get a video of it. Best of luck to you. Hey, Sleeper. Love and welcome in. I tell you what, I'm going to expedite the process if that's cool with you. You ready to get the ghost and also the burnt crucifix?
Oh, jeez. Yep.
Oh, my God. I got rid of the naked man. I know he was scary. I got rid of him for you.
Oh, this video camera's broken.
Oh, no. Did it not record? Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. I would try to put it back on the tripod. Like, yeah, it's so stupid having to reset it like that. But that does work sometimes. Hi, Karumba.
Who is the smudgeless one?
Smudgeless? I've got one. Try to get the Nenor? Hold on. There you go. I got you. Here, do you want to get the last photo? Oh. Got it.
Oh.
You had one job to do. Thank you guys for the follows. Welcome in, friends. Hello. The door touches sound like a ghosty was a woodworker. It's very, very just creaky. All right, I've got motion, door move. Oh, son of a bitch. Now it's my turn. Oh, I thought we didn't have motion yet. Can we delete that, please? I'm sorry. Nah, I know. I'm sorry.
Very
I'm out here criticizing, and it's my fault. I'm sorry. All right, I'm gonna put this guy like here-ish, so we can try to get it.
He disappeared for a split second.
Oh,
I hate this ghost.
you got this. Wait, did we pick up the bone yet? You can go find the bone. Yeah, guaranteed.
I don't know where the bone is.
Hey, easy peasy. There we go. All right, video-wise, I'm not. Motion sense, fire extinguish, door move. If it wants to event, I mean, that works.
Or that. That would work, yeah.
Oh no, you sneaky bitch. It just disappeared. Did that say 4 of 3? Hey, check your journal for me. How many deletes have we deleted?
4 out of 3.
Okay.
We got 4.
Oh, wait, I already have Burn Crusade. No. No, I could have gotten that son of a bitch. Oh, sorry, I'll get it again. I'm afraid of getting the same thing twice. I'm not hacking, I swear to God. My guess is I'm not gonna even try for that. My guess is that it was really similar to like whenever you would take the same photo at the same time. Oh, you hooker.
I got it.
I didn't. I'm going for this. Oh, he disappeared on me. I'm just going for this. Beelzebub, thank you for the 9 months. Devil, thank you for the 4 months. Welcome back. Baron's gonna come after you. What do you mean?
He is the ghost. It's fine.
Eat the crucifix, you jerk. I do like in the.
It tastes real good.
Well, he's already eaten it once.
Already got a crucifix bite.
There we go. All right. Sounds, videos, audios. All we had to do was have an extra delete. See? It was fine.
We just need to cleanse them.
Yeah. Do we
Who
let
wants
him,
to give him a bath?
Do we let him
It ain't
hunt,
me.
or do we? You know. I don't know. I mean, keep it spicy. You could let him hunt.
Sure. Yeah. Let's do it.
You know what I mean? Here, I'll bring the milk. Oh God, forgot about the rain. Yeah, go ahead. Sit by the window. Let's see how that goes.
There we go. Forgot to cook them. That wasn't my job.
Hey, Wolves, thank you for the raid. How are you? Holy Dickens!
You like
it? Followed you.
He was in us. Good Lord. Wait. Oh no.
No.
Oh no. Wee.
Did someone die? Oh no. He fell down the stairs running from the ghost.
He did. Oh no. I thought I heard that. I'll call 911.
That's a lot of numbers.
Sorry, different country.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You know, like you have to like type the number to even get through to type another number. It's kind of like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Classic. All right. Well, it's a perfect game except for that. Yeah.
If we can find the bone.
Wait. Did we have the bone?
I have no idea.
Did we find the bone? I think so.
Ghosty Fred? It's a great question. I don't know if we did. Hey Zoe, welcome in.
Throw Norm if we found the bone.
I mean, really, just bring Norm just for funsies anyway.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for Norm to appear out of nowhere. At this
Norm. He just comes walking in.
Norm.
Oh, we have.
Have
wait.
you lost your
okay.
Norm?
None of you remember getting the bone, because if not, then we did not get it.
I did not.
All right, going back. We did all that work. I can't. Hey, Artsy. Got home from work. What chaos have I missed? Lots of Euro games, friend. Careful, SpongeBob. It's going to hunt right on top of us.
Dangerous.
And it's going to do it by going. Oh, shit.
No bones in here.
No bones in here.
Oh, free smudge.
Did you say free smudge?
Yes, I did.
I can't see him. He's so invisible. The clip of you mimicking the ghost of Tom. Oh my God. Tom walking by the closet saying not a spirit. Oh my God. Oh, here comes Norm. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why is he still hunting? Hey, F off! Leave us alone! You sick, naked bully! Good Lord, why was this hunt so long? Hey.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Did we find the bone?
Find it?
We did not.
Oh my God. Okay, well I did smudge, so I bought us a little time. Shut up! Oh my god, imagine if it's like in the toilet. That would be the craziest. What do you got?
Oh, the toilet bone.
Found the bone.
Oh, where was?
Yep.
It's right in here.
Is it, in where?
In that closet.
It was in the
It was
closet?
in the closet. It was in the closet.
Oh my god. Great.
It was a jawbone.
In the closet, in the hiding spot. Great.
Yep, yep.
I guess we call that
It's
job
fine.
Classic. Thank you, Song. All right.
It was scared of the ghost. I don't blame it.
I'm hiding too. Hi, Norm.
That's normal.
First loaded the map. One of the bedrooms with the cross is slowly inverted. Missed it completely. A shame. Looked really cool. The only map that does it. Sunny Meadow. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think Sunny's the only other one. What happened? You know, it does scare me a little bit because, like, if that spawned in the hiding spot, what if it's locked and it's in the hiding spot?
Yeah. Yep.
You know, sucks to suck, I guess.
There.
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Do you want to go back to Tangle or do you want to go somewhere different? Okay. I'm down, Charlie Brown. Got me and all my mates calling the voodoo doll Frank. Yeah, it's just like they're just things that become popular over like different communities. Like I hear someone call it Frank and then we just call it Frank. Pajama Pam, Rhonda, you know, all the stuff.
25 sanity, 3 unique videos, and a crucifix.
Okay. I'm gonna bring spirit box and the photo camera. Mr. Song, holy crap. 73 months of this nerd? Oh, why would you do such a thing, Song? I love you. Oh my god, homie, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm gonna walk around obnoxiously on the spirit box like some people do. Colder than normal? Norm.
No, I forgot power was off.
Yeah.
Oh, Norm, the great one. Is this the ghost room? Yes.
Yeah, music boxing.
What if it talked though? I wish you could like a
That
little
would be
like a little
amazing.
pull string.
That'd be pretty good, yeah.
What would we ask it?
I don't know. What should we ask it?
I don't know. There's got to be like one good question for life, you know?
You like pineapples?
I certainly do.
Norm. Where do you like your pineapples, Norm?
You'd rather not say. Yeah, that's fine.
Do we hear anything yet?
No.
We heard the iron. I guess that's about it. What? Oh, you see this room?
Oh. It's a potty ghost.
In here.
Oh, in the potty.
Oh. I think I just saw.
There's Norm.
How am I moving?
All right. There we go.
We got orbs.
Got Orbeez. All right. Ooh.
Yep.
Took a picture of Norm on the toilet.
Where are you? Here.
Close to busting.
Ugh, gross. Get out of there. Spear box, and then we said orbs, I think, yeah? We have spear box, by the way.
Freezing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's either an Onryo or a Mimic. Didn't it touch the door? Hey, we have ultraviolet. It's a Mimic.
Hey, it's a mimic.
Wow. That was fast.
That was.
Holy shit.
What do we got?
It's a Mimic.
Oh, perfect.
We got all evidence really, really fast. Where are you?
I think it's a young individual.
Right here.
Ah, no, I'm right here.
Oh, I'm
you
right
goofball.
Where's the sound?
Which one? Oh, it's probably.
Oh, I guess I
sometimes
got
it's in
it.
the
I don't know.
rooms, yeah. Or it
I
just
heard
doesn't happen
absolutely
at all.
nothing.
Right. All right. I can get a picture of that.
Oh,
Footsie.
he's groaning.
Ew. What is this? Look at this. What the hell kind of feats is that?
Young, that's it.
That, oh my god, I'm just trying to picture the shoes on that. All right, Ghosty, now eat the crucifix because you're pissed.
Mom.
Did we do that?
That was a little rude of it.
What? Oh, that was the ghost. Oh my. I'm gonna get a smudge and then look for the boner.
Okay. Try to get this last thing.
Ballet pose. First position. Oh no. Oh no. No, we're okay. We're good. I thought we both grabbed a smudge together. We're okay.
Imagine that.
I know. Let's ride. Marshy, Mob Juice, welcome in. Marshy, Mob Juice. I read two names at the same time and it just sounded like a very interesting combo. Oh, got the bone. Now I just need the ghost event.
Now.
Videos are done.
Oh, he threw Norm.
Norm.
That son of a bitch.
You poor thing. It's okay, bud.
He's just trying to take crap. Oh, wait. Speaking of taking a crap, did it crap? Oh, it did.
It did. It made chalky milk. Yeah.
Chalky milk. I got it. All right. Do we need a picture of the ghosty? Nope, we're good. All right.
We do need to delete the duplicate video that we got.
Yikers. All right. And then we need 25% and then prevent with the crucifix. Mob Juice, thank you for the sub.
What was our
He's
curse
a
this
Jew.
round?
Music box.
What happened?
Do we have music box again?
Oh, I don't even know. I'll go take a peek. Wait, you got it? Oh, hold on. Whoa, whoa. Do we have another cruci in there? Okay, if not, that's not gonna stop.
We
it.
got one out here.
Oh, okay. We just need below 25. Do we want to? Oh, all right.
Sure.
Hey, would you play with Norm?
Hey, Norm. How's it going, buddy? Did you want to talk?
I just want to take a crap.
Oh, poor guy just wants to take a
Fair.
dump in peace.
Yeah. He's got 4 paranormal investigators surrounding him, trying to get him
I
to talk.
can't reach the TP. Can you get it for me? Got these short little arms, and one of them's holding a pitchfork. Oh, yeah!
Oh.
Is there extra TP in here? Shit, you flush.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here, take this candle. Oh.
You might need it. Ooh, it's bad over here.
Still not there. Oh my god. All right.
It's all right. We'll get there. We got this.
All right. Norm's trying to potty train.
Norm's gonna protect me. I don't know as much.
Here, I'll turn that on and I'll go stand over here. Protect us, Norm. He should give you a free life, you know?
Us.
Now we need a Norm toilet emote.
Could
I don't
be
know
a
about a
high
toilet,
priestess,
but
we don't know.
I definitely want to get like a Norm emote and maybe even a Norm shirt. What is the best place to hide in the map if you're not a fan of closets?
We got it.
Oh my. Was that Norm? Oh no, he's with us. Did you hear? It was the crucifix. No, it wasn't. What was that sound?
Oh, what's the door touch, wasn't it?
Whose horse is that?
Are you sure you don't want to do one hunt to get Dio?
Listen, fine. If it's a Dio,
could
if
be
it's
a
a mimic
Dio.
Dio, that'd be gold. I'm down.
I think my last 2 mimics have mimic Dios the first time.
Really? Well, what about this one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming.
I guess we'll find out.
Hello, naked man. was like, wait, is it acting like a mimic? I mean, act like a Hantu? Run!
Oh.
The ghost forgot his pants.
Hey! Hey!
He said, where are you going, big boy?
Damn.
Nope, he was walking you out. He was being a gentleman. It's always the mimic. Oh, but they're the best, though. That's the best part. Mimics are the way. Hey, browser, how are you? Meow. Alrighty, got mimics in the books. Right.
But we're due.
Right. Turn on all these, get on all that. Alright, mimic it is. Did they steal his pants? That might be why he was so angry. If I had to guess, I'd say he's missing pants.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Awesome sauce. Well, good games, friends.
Yeah, those are really good.
Good freaking games. We kicked ass. Norm does always have a pitchfork, yes.
Thank you for the games.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you in chat, friends. Appreciate you.
Bye.
Yeah, there's no like variations of the gnome. So he doesn't like show up and holding different items. It would be really funny if he did, but I don't think so.
Others out there in need of help.
All right, let me get this for the possible final group. Let's see. It is 11:30. All right. Info. Put that there. I do not have the Tangle badge. No, I have 40. I have 10 more to go. 10 more to go. Of course, Sentinel. Thank you for playing, friend. I appreciate you. Before I get the next group in here, we'll do the good wheel. We'll do the stuff and the things. You can't tell if you got the badge. If you're talking about the drop badge, then check your notifications on Twitch. If you don't have a notification, then you haven't earned it yet. Go there, do that. What is the badge that I have now? That's the badge that you can earn right now. Yeah, this badge is the drop badge, the animated badge. Do I sub? Only if you want to, friend. Only if you want to. What if Ghost Event comes at you looking like one of the group tools and all? Oh, dude, I'm telling you, if they made a mimic actually mimic a player, I think it would make it so much better. There was a point in time in this game where they made an event where the ghost would mimic a player, an event as the player. And I have a clip of it somewhere. Yeah. It's just a matter of finding it. Oh, True Gamer. Thank you for the Prime, dude. I appreciate you. Yeah. No, I'm not ending yet. No. No. We're not ending yet. No. Can you play Nightmare? Not right now. Not doing viewer games. I don't normally do Nightmare. No. I save that for whenever I'm usually doing solo or playing with friends. All right, do the things. Did they remove it? Oh, they removed it a long time ago. Yeah, it hasn't been in the game in ages. Yeah. Gifted merch. Well, don't mind if we do. I found a game similar. I heard about that. I think it might have been Baron that said something about it. That UFO game or whatever it's called. I heard it's not great, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. I'm always willing to try. How long? So you watch for 2 hours to earn the badge. You have until the 10th to earn it. And then after that, then you can earn the static badge. If you need a better look at it, there's the badge. Kind of like the mimic from Lethal. Yeah. Or like Mimesis or one of those. Yeah. Those would be awesome. Yeah. Crazy guy, welcome in. Hello. Yeah. So the animated drop will end on the 10th. And then at that point, that's when the static badge starts, which is basically this one. Yeah. Any drop commands to see your progress? No, you go to twitch.tv/drops to see your progress. Yeah, there's no command to see it in chat. You have to go to the drops page to see it. When will they make prestiging worth it? Hopefully this year. I sure freaking hope so. All right, give me a minute, friends, so that I can go through the merch and start a giveaway. UFO yeah, I have it. Needs a lot of work. Extremely hard to survive. Okay. Play Nightmare. No. Love the badge. Isn't it a great badge? It's so good. But yeah, I'm willing. Listen, if like Chinggis and Baron want to play it, I'm down. I am absolutely down. One question, is it me or wasn't the update? No, this was not meant to have the character customization. We don't know when that's coming. I think I remember us being told it was early this year, but I haven't heard anything about it. So it's just a waiting game. What is the best badge in my opinion? You know, I'd have to go back through them. A couple of my favorites, Ferryman of the Drowned is one of my favorites, and anybody can get that badge. Anybody can get that badge. Oh, son of a bee sting. Hold on. It's being dumb. Gosh darn it. It's going to take a minute. We're going to sit here for a second. Do I have ads coming? Okay, we'll start the ads here in a minute. Ferryman of the Drown's what you usually use. I like that badge a lot. What are we waiting for? It's a matter of the going through the merch process. I have to go through and verify and do all that jazz. I can't just click a button and then start the giveaway. Hi, Hattie. Yeah. We're getting there though. We'll chat for a second and then we'll run the ads. And then after we run the ads, then we will get back into it. There we go. The lady in the long dress. I named her Scarlet. All right. It's also making me change my password too. That's not one you've heard? Oh, get out of here. What is merch? Merchandise. Okay. Yes. Verification. Yes. Just join the Discord. Hey, let's go. I appreciate you. If you guys are not in there, the link for it's in chat. Okay. Please work. Yeah, there's a few of the Twitch drop badges that I really, really like too. There we go. Holy hell. That was a process and a half. All right. Exclamation point enter. And you could win the oh hey, how are you mug. After that, we will run ads. And then after we run ads, we'll get back into the games. Yeah. Playing 2 years. Don't get to play as much as I'd like. Family life's a big part of life. Then, of course, work. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that stuff's always going to come first. As it should. We've talked about that recently, too. Just about balance and just finding what balance works for you. Right? Yeah. Wicked, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome in. Kay, thank you for the 11 months. Reaper and the Stream Sentinel are... What is... I like... There's a lot that I like. There's a lot of these badges that are good. The Ghost in the Machine Easter egg is a good one. Like, I'm just looking at special badges. I'm not even looking at prestige badges. Yeah. Madam Wolf, GG's on the merch. GG's. Do you think you have every badge released? No. No, I can't. There's badges that are for the staff. There's badges for VIPs, for translators. There's a bunch of stuff that I will never have, which is totally fine. This one you can get in less than like 5 minutes. It's another good one. A few Twitch drop badges I really, really like. This one from TwitchCon is sweet. I really, really, really like. Okay, this one is another good one. I like that one. This one, did I miss it? This one. That one I like a lot. That one I dig because it looks like the actual flashlight. It's like one of the better uses of the animated background that I've seen for their badges. Yeah, I dig those. I dig. I dig. All right, let's go back to that. Veterans, one of your faves? Yeah. All right, let's go with... All right. Oh, no, we need to run the ads. Okay, after the ads, I do 3 minutes of ads every hour. After that, we will start the games. So 3 minutes, friends. Just basically more minutes to chill. Lighthouse is your favorite badge? Oh, nice. Now, are you talking about just the running the map 50 times Lighthouse? Or are you talking about the Easter egg? Do you think they'll ever make previous drop badges available again? I'd say probably not. It's not completely out of the question, but I don't see them doing it. The cult one, nice. Can I get the link to your merch? Yeah, flashforcemerch.com. Yeah. Or if you ever need it, you can always just do the command. If you forget the site, you can always do that. Did I do the giveaway? I did. It happened in chat. Yep. Whenever those giveaways happen, the merch ones, they last for 60 seconds and then that's it. Yeah, Carrie, thank you for the 14 months. Of course, you're very welcome, of course. Faye, thank you for the 19 months. What does the Lighthouse badge look like? Like 5 games off. If you're talking about the one for 50, that one is... Hold on, let me start back here. That one is... Which one's the Lighthouse? Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Hold on. So let me cycle through them just so you can see them all. So I'm going to go through all the badges just so you guys can see. Okay. Go through all the badges that I have. Obviously, I'm not going to have everything. High Unholy. That's you. This one, okay. The money bags one is a really cool idea too. Adding the little chip reader on it and stuff. That's a pretty good one. But yeah, these are all the ones that I have. When am I stopping? I mean, in a bit. Not yet though. We have a whole nother group to go through. Hey, Allie. Good evening. How are you? Some of these are really subtle. The animated version is not very different. This one is pretty obvious, right? It just depends. This one is extremely subtle. That one is more obvious. That's the one whenever we raised money for the American Heart Association. But yeah, there we go. The one for the lighthouse that you were talking about that you were looking for is that one. So once you complete 50 times, that's you. The donut, yeah, the donut is also another very, very subtle one. Yeah. You could barely tell that it's moving. Hey, someone else got the oh, hey, how are you mug? I appreciate you. What are the last 2 on my list? This one is for the Blood Moon, and this one's if you're a Kinetic Games partner. Where did our... There. All right. Ads are basically done. Basically done. All right. My last few friendos that are on the list. My last few friends. Let's bring you in. So that is going to be Crow, Ace, and Murphy. You're up, friends. You are up, friends. I appreciate you, Chills. Misgifting art to Flash. Oh, I really come back. Listen, Izu, I'm always down to talk, friend. If you guys don't know who Izu is, if do you guys know the Plushies Attack shirt or just the design? That was made by Izu. Yeah. Oh my God, y'all are so fast.
Oh, hey, how are ya?
Oh, hey, how are ya? Use inspiration when you continue playing fads. Get better at it. Nice.
Hello.
Hello, how we doing? Look at all them badges.
Good evening.
Oh. Good evening.
Look at us.
I know. Look at us. All right. Are we going to Tango or are we going somewhere different?
Turned entirely down.
You did what? The game
I'm gonna
turned
Tango.
down? Wait. Did you not do it?
What?
Yeah, it did it to me. It reset all my stuff and the game volume literally went to 0. Cats,
I
see you.
turned the volume of the game down on my PC earlier, so I wouldn't hear it over stream.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But I fixed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, choose the maps wherever you want to go, guys. Cats, good to see you, dude. Gonna switch to a video to fall asleep. Hey, don't forget the 24/7 channel exists, and I'm gonna add more. Some of the newer VODs to it. So if you need to fall asleep to something, that channel's running all the time. Why do we call the ghost Pam? Pajama Pam, because she wears pajamas. Or she still does. Classic Tangles, let's do it.
So excited to see the new map.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, that's why we call her Pam.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare.
Let's ride.
Let me see.
What's happened there?
Dan.
The ghost here seems to be linked to a cursed object.
Did I see
Go and take a closer look. Thank you.
There's no light on. Why were there mods? Love the older vids. I know the last week I didn't change the VODs. I'm gonna be better about that. Huh?
No.
Okay. My audio was being weird.
Yeah. No, we hear you. You're good. What sick animal turned this on and just left it?
Whoopsies.
Spill it. All right, let's go. Actually, you know what? I'll bring one. That's not a bad idea. All right, we're good.
I went to grab the flashlight.
Love Tangle. The tiles in the kitchen need to go. No, they're fine. They look great. Bring back the air dribble VODs. Get out of here, cats. Get the hell out of here. Did you?
Yeah. Got a boner in the front room.
Okay, whoa. Easy. Guys, you might want to leave them alone. They have a boner in the front room. Oh.
Oh.
Go see in the garage.
Baby, I got EMF around this area.
Okay. Garage, laundry, or kitchen. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Nothing. Let me try over here. Where are you?
Close to bus.
Oh, disgusting.
Ew, disgusting. I don't like that.
Ugh. All right, well, we got spirit box, and I got it over there near the kitchen. It's either dining or kitchen. Hey, that's open. Let's go. My God. Love the new Tangle map more than I thought I would. I was sad to see the old look go, but I love that there's now Grammy and Grampy's house. Did it respond in French? That was not French. That was English, and we heard what it said. We heard. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate you. Welcome in, friends. If you're new and you're earning your drops, know that no matter when I end, our goal whenever the drops are happening are to try to raid somebody that allows you to continue earning your drops. So we will try to do the things. All right, spirit box. I'll grab that. You know what? I'm actually going to focus on videos because no video cameras in there yet. Obsessed with the small details. I love all the small details of all the new maps. Like even Point Hope, even though it sucks to play that map, how vertical it is, the details of all the items are awesome. Orbeez. Orbicals.
Bye.
Bitch. I wasn't ready. Give. It's telling me to drink.
It's telling you to what?
It threw the wine bottle at me.
Do you want a drink?
I mean, kind of now. Yawn. Yawn Lavender. Point Hope is the best map. Oh, how dare you? It is not the best map.
Yawn.
If it's your favorite map, it's because you get the ghost below like the top floor 80% of the time. Is the hallway part of the kitchen? No, the hallway is actually a part of the dining.
Maybe it'll write a novel.
Oh, I mean, I'm down. What did it say to you?
Got another sound.
What did it say? Okay, never mind. Oh, touched a window? I don't know, somewhere. Oh my, that's not.
Hello.
That's not menacing.
He needs to wash his face.
Oh my God, he is. Why is he so shiny?
Oh, wow.
Why are you so shiny? What happened?
Oh my goodness.
He's very well moisturized.
Oh my God.
Unbothered.
I don't know what. Either that or he's sweating in death. Ew.
No, here. You know what? I know what it was. He had this. Look.
That's my favorite brand. How'd you know?
Uh-oh.
I'm okay.
I got the video of it. I like that there's a dying person in front of you and you're like, I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, at least there's that.
Hey, at least it wasn't me.
Hey, wrote in the book. I'm okay. I'm dead.
I love you. Bye.
Oh my God! It's a massacre. Oh God, why?
Oh dear. We got ourselves a mayor.
I'm gonna live to tell their tale. You better run. You better run.
Oh my gosh, that was terrifying.
Butcher's coming to get you. I'm not getting anybody. Oh my God.
I'm into a Tayak.
So what do we have? We have spirit box and orbs, right?
Did you say we got writing too?
Oh yeah. Oh duh. That's a mare?
That's a aggressive mare.
What a psycho. All right. Well, I'm not worried about all the media unless you are.
I'm not.
Okay. All right. Let's bring our dead friends back. You shut
back,
your
friends.
butts right now. All right. Mark Mayer, friends. You listen here right now. I love the moments the door just closes and locks right in front of my face. Yeah, but like, I don't know why the door closes so softly now.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
You know, that was a very aggressive mare.
It
Yeah,
was.
that was
Honestly, it started hunting
scary.
and I was like, I'm just accepting my fate, I think.
Just don't
It's
even move.
over.
Yeah, you know what? It's fine.
It's over.
Oh, Ace, if you want to remove your items, if all you guys
Oh,
do,
yeah.
I can provide. Yeah.
Gotcha. I was worried mine would auto load.
No, you're okay. Man, I'll tell you though, like, yeah, it's a mare, but at least
There
it's
we go.
active. Sheesh. My
Yeah.
It did not
Rumba.
like. It didn't like me. Like it just accepting the other person died. You know, I'm okay.
I'm fine, guys.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm okay. Standing on a corpse.
I'm surprised it didn't start
As they
hunting
were
as I
dying.
was trying to leave.
Yeah, it wasn't even
Hey,
like
it was
they're
a chance
dead.
to run.
It spawned right on top of me too. I don't know. I got away somehow. All right. Do you want to go back? Redemption run?
Delightful.
Redemption run.
Redemption run. Yeah, we got this. We'll be fine. Streamer luck.
It'll be a
Okay.
shade or something.
Don't say that. I've already had multiple here today that were shades.
I know. I know.
I don't want it. Bro. Thank you.
I mean,
we couldn't get lucky enough to get a blood moon tonight either, which is sad.
all these games and no blood moon.
No blood moons, not a single one.
Stingy.
Stinge.
Possibly harmless, but be careful out there.
There we go. Escape, crucifix, and a firelight. Well, I'll grab the firelight.
I'll try to escape this time.
Try to.
Hey, I make no promises.
I feel like the hitbox, like, were you always never able to grab it at the top like that? You have to go. I feel like the hitbox on certain things has changed. I don't know. Maybe I'm just losing it. I feel scammed. Muted Murphy isn't muted. That's fair. Hey, what was Jesus? What up, homie? Ghost, you want to do puzzle? Hey, Crazy Bear, how are you? Whoa. That's open. That's locked. Oh, I heard a throw. Where was that?
Don't mind me, I'm being whimsical.
Ooh, it might be in the ensuite or the master. Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? I think it might be
Is that
ensuite.
EMF 5?
Yeah. There you go. Are the
I have
temps?
no idea.
Let me see. I'll check.
4.2.
It's at least 1 degree, I think.
It's 2 degrees in there and 5 degrees here, ish. I think it's there. It's just roaming back and forth.
Yeah.
Playing fast. Nice. Oh, wait. Norm. I'm putting Norm in the ghost room.
What if Norm is scared of ghosts? Norm will save us.
Well, if he gets scared the crap out of, he's on the toilet, so he'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
I'm still curious if we can hear him through the sound sensor.
He's prepared.
'Tis the question. Can we hear the gnome through the sound sensor? I want to try. I'm gonna go put this in there right next to him. But I don't want to camp the truck either. I already have one of the 3 for the shade. Shh. Shush. Norm!
I walk out and all I hear is Norm.
I just, he's our buddy.
Motion set. Got a motion.
He is friend shaped.
How do you get the background wallpaper and the business card? In my business card? What?
We got a Franklin, by the way. What? 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 Voodoo doll.
Can the Norm provide audio for the audio recorder? Oh, I don't think so. The gnome? No. Norm. Oh, the in-game card. Oh, you said business card. I was very confused.
I'm starting to think that my joke
You
about
earned
the
that by
ghost being
watching the
shade is
stream
not
for 2 hours.
a joke.
Yeah. Wait, what happened? I missed. I'm sorry.
I think my joke about it being a shade is not a joke.
You shush your butt.
Have we got any evidence, by the way?
We had EMF 5 earlier.
Oh.
Like that.
Just like that. So
Oh,
for
EMF
this,
5. That's what we have.
Example.
writing and freezing is what we're missing. I think they mean the Nels Diner Car. I don't know if that is
Good
what they
news, we
mean.
have freezing.
Oh god. Wow. Way to jinx us. Way to go.
That doesn't sound like a. That doesn't. Oh.
All right, get out of the room so we can write in the book. I should have a third good audio, I think. Yeah. All right. Sounds are done. Got your badge. Hell yeah. Let's go.
Let's go. Very nice. Very nice.
Oh,
It's writing in the
look.
book.
It's writing. I can't believe it. It's, well, I would have never guessed it was a shade.
Oopsies.
Look what you did.
Whoops. Oops.
Fallen
I'm gonna
Ninja
go.
Nico, welcome in.
See yourself out.
All right, what else do we need?
I'm just a
We still
fortune
need a
teller.
few videos and
I'm just a
photos.
fortune teller. I don't know what to tell you.
Just a fortune teller. Which means there's probably less chance the Norm's gonna do anything because the ghost is gonna do anything. Man. What a turd butt.
What a stinker.
What a stinker.
How rude.
All right.
We can go put guests over, and it's such.
I'm gonna go get a photo of. Oh wait, that's a nothing photo. I'm gonna go get the bone and then figure it out from there. Yeah, thank you, Mira. Yeah. It's over on the Twitch side whenever the games are happening. Yeah, it's another stinky shade. I know. It's like my third or fourth one of the night. I don't know what it is. It's one of those two. Where is the bone? Where is the bone? How's Phaz going? Going well. How about you? Did you play Phaz tonight and how was? Fourth shade? That sounds right. That sounds correct. Maybe it's in the basement. But we'll check up here first. I keep getting mimics and I got thrown off once by it. Oh. Oh, I still get thrown off by mimics, but aren't mimics so fun though? It's just, it's so uneasy. You have no idea what it's gonna be.
We got a duplicate salt video if y'all want to delete it.
Wow, dude. Hello? Oh wait, duh.
Did you get farted on?
Did you get farted on? What a question to ask. Oh my god. What the hell's the bone? Oh, you picked it up, right?
Almost
No.
good on photos.
I'm just looking for the bone right now. Is it somewhere obvious and I just didn't see it?
I ate it.
It's what we'll figure out.
How dare you?
I got hungry.
So you ate a bone?
There's no mac and cheese.
Touche, good point. There's no mac and cheese, so I ate a bone.
It was crunchy. I don't
Oh, I did. Wait, actually,
good calcium. What?
I'm looking in hiding spots now.
Desperate?
No, just in
No,
case, because God forbid.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, no, I think there's one thing to give advice. Like, there's one thing like, hey, have we tried this? Oh my God, it's a huge pelvis in the closet. It's another thing to be like, go do this, go do that, go do that. That's the things that they usually stop. Look at this thing. I missed this. I ate it.
Maybe that's why you wear glasses.
What the hell else do we? Oh, we need still. Oh, okay. So we need 3 videos, and that's it.
Yes.
Okay. Motion sense, writing. All right. Well, we could get one of these guys. Oh, it's gonna be too late now.
Dang it.
I see.
Oh no! I tried to record the ghost fart. It was too late.
Did fart.
What'd you say, Norm?
I really like to fart on you.
What
did he say?
He just talked.
Norm
What did
talked.
he say the other day? He was like, I'm feeling something. and
I feel weathered.
I feel weathered. What does that mean?
I feel
That's
weathered. Like I
creepy.
feel torn down. Like I feel just deflated. Deflated. You know.
I mean, he does sit outside.
That's like
I
I
would
feel
feel
weathered.
weathered, too.
Me too, Norm. Me too.
Me
Belt.
too.
All right, I'm gonna get the cruci burn. That might happen. Jago, thank you so much for the
It's not gonna
gifted.
blow
Thank
up
you.
Firelight, is it?
Wow.
Did you get farted on again?
Yep. Certainly did. Wait, do we already have motion sense? We do. Turn that off. Yeah, pray not. I wouldn't let me record it, so that's cute.
I got it. Don't
Oh,
worry.
thank you. Okay, good. I'll drop it then. It's being wonky for me.
How's it going?
Being weird.
How's the ghost?
Well, you know. Pray, like, I appreciate the help,
Ding, stink.
but when every one of your messages is like, I'm gonna try to side skirt the mods. I'm gonna watch out for the mod.
I have an urn.
They're probably gonna delete your message. Here, I got this. That's how you entice them.
Trying to entice them.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, ghosty.
I feel so enticed.
Norm, tell them. All right, that's enough.
Don't you know shades aren't shy when you have a dog toy around?
What if it was the one item that you bring in and then they can hunt anytime they want to?
Oh my goodness. Oh, of course.
The all-powerful dog. I'm gonna go steal an egg.
All right, that's fair. gonna find the key for the lockbox in that closet. In this closet? Like here?
An egg.
In this closet? Oh, like that thing?
Do you want an egg?
There's a bunch of those around. It might. Maybe it wants a hat. Wait, what if I give Norm the hat?
Fashionable.
Oh.
Isn't he already wearing a hat?
He is, but I want his hat to have a hat.
I have a friend.
Hey, Norm, I got you, buddy.
All dressed up and no place to go.
Trying to give him some shoes too.
I mean, F some shoes.
I got you, Norm. Hold on. Damn it. Oh, son of a bitch. This is too hard. I can't do this. But Mr. Krabs, he's number one.
Flash is playing dress to impress with the gnome.
Yeah, look. Get a pair of shoes and a hat. He's ready to rock. Look at this man.
Good to know that's what I meant.
Look at this distinguished gentleman.
Look at him. This is
A
high
little pair of
fashion.
shoes, a little hat. That's all the cosmetics we need. We're like, we don't need too much. Uh-oh. Hey, we were out of the room. It can hunt now. And he's got no clothes. Oh, shocker. Where you going? What you doing? He's going to the kitchen for a snack. I think it's done. Oh no.
What happened?
Who fall down?
It wasn't me.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, it was my friend in the dining room. I thought they had a smudge.
I had a smudge.
Well, I thought they had a smudge.
Oh.
But according to their corpse, I don't see one.
I lit my smudge. I hoped it helped.
Oh.
Did not. I had my egg.
Oh, okay. All right. You got your egg. Well, thank God.
I got my egg.
I was worried. Up there. Oh, look. They are. We already have their urn. Oh. It happened so fast. Oh.
Look at the gnome.
I say, Norm is ready. Look, we've already got their ashes. We've already, look, this process went by so fast.
Flash, look.
Hi, Norm. Oh.
Brought Norm.
I see. Oh, no.
I did not think the egg would break.
Oh my God.
That's a great graphic. Fantastic.
Oh my God. All right. Shade. Awful shade. Awful. Sick of these damn shades. Give me
Maybe I should gamble. I got that correct before we even played the game.
Why didn't you get credit for escaping the hunt? Because you have to. Because nobody can die.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
So if somebody dies, you have to do it again. Man, what a hunt to end on, huh?
Go?
I accidentally walked towards it instead of away from it around the table.
Oh, no. You were looping and went. Oh, that happens.
Oh no.
The blinks can be tough sometimes.
It happens to the best of us.
Yikers. Was that game 1 or 2?
That was 2.
That was 2.
That was 2.
That
All
was
right.
2.
Thank you guys for the games.
I survived.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you. I know.
That
Let's
was
go.
so much
Survival.
fun.
Let's go. No offense. No.
I lived the second time.
That's right. That's all that matters. All right,
true.
friends. I'll talk to you in chat. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank
See
you.
ya.
Bye. Oh my God. Happens to the best of us, man.
Welcome back. I've prepared
Happens to
some
the
jobs
best
for
of
you.
us. All right. Clear that out. Well, I'm glad that worked. The last time we tried to do playing with viewers, the bot wasn't working and we had to go back to the old way, which is fine. It's just not preferred. I'd rather not do it that. I like this way because then you know that for somebody to join, they have to use channel points, which means that they have been here for at least a little bit. It's not like it's a crap ton to get in, but then also knowing, okay, well, the next time that they happen, then you can join. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, you had to join. No, Fort. You had to join on the purple side. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's pinned in that chat too. The lockbox that's in that closet is the only one I get to make noise. I get to make noise when I try to interact with it. Interesting. Hold on. It's the only one you get to make noise. Oh God. Mayor, I think it's high hopes. I think it's just high hopes. Thank y'all for the follows. I appreciate you. You're still earning the badge, by the way. Let me go take a look at what they were just talking about. They said that when they try to mess with that box, it makes noise. What do you mean? You're talking about this, right? It makes no noise for me. I'm keeping my... No. I'm pretty sure it's just a everyday prop, I think. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. Walk all the way up against the desk and look at the bottom right corner. The desk? You talking about in here? Desk. Oh, the dresser. Walk all the way up at the dresser and look at the bottom right corner. What am I looking for? Okay. Walk all the way up to the dresser. Against the desk and look at the bottom right corner. Oh, of this. Do you like see something on it? Hey, Rogue. Doing well, friend. Bottom right corner of the safe. Do they mean safe? Because I think they mean this. Oh, it just makes noise. Hold on. Is it the closet? Literally reaching it through the closet. I mean, reaching through the wall. Look at this. So, when they're shut, and when they're open, yeah, that's why whenever you turn on the light, is it here? No, where when you turn on the light does that sound ridiculous? I think it's the garage. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how that's all happening. It's odd. Yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little funky. That got past, I guess, the testing. Wait, do I have the voodoo doll? Features. Several room boundary issues. Well, I've already seen people that have gotten out of the map. Well, like, or that have bugged out on top of stuff. Come on, Frank. I got you. Oh, nope, nope, nope. It was better the first time. This is meant for him. What if, like, you did this and it did something, you know? Look. Look at our little man. Ready to go for a big ride. Frank, you ready to go for a ride? He's so excited. He's so jazzed. Let's roll. Look at him. Also, it doesn't really make. I'm clicking everywhere on the bike. Now I'm kind of just peeking now. Now that we've talked about the lore that's supposed to be in the map, I don't know what it would be, where to even begin looking. We've heard people talk about looking at the back of books. I don't know how deep it runs. Look at him go! Look at that little guy go. Yeah, I don't know. What is the lore? We don't know. Or I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, no clue. The only thing that I've seen that like stands out is like that says July 26th. I was told to look at the back of this book, which we did. It's just hard to see. Oh, it's a silly little ghost hunting game. It is, but why can't a silly little ghost hunting game have lore? Any thoughts of Nancy being the patient's daughter from Asylum, staying with her grandma? Fantastic question, friend. Fantastic question. Hey, Twisted, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. We hear you. Shut your lips. Maybe it has to do with the trains. I don't know. Hard to say, man. Twisted Whisper, how was your stream? Is there an Easter egg for the map? No, I don't think so. Almighty conch. Get a new map? Yep. Later this year. They haven't announced a date or anything like that. Yeah. The train is the ghost? Nobody told me. Hot mail. But see, but then you've got like photos of like a family and stuff. And it makes you wonder, like, is that a photo of an actual person? Or is that something that they had made? I don't know, that like has a purpose. I don't know. Sitting in the grocery store parking lot. Nice. Out for the night. Can see a route. Have a good one. I do not know. If you can believe CJ, he said the July date meant nothing. Okay. Well, then why have it at all? Like, if they created that asset, then why even put a date on it at all? Interesting. The new map's gonna be a train station? I don't know. Could he be lying to us? He could be. He could be. I guess it depends on who he told that to. He didn't do it. Someone else did. Wait, did do what? 8, 6, 7, 5. Yeah, I wouldn't even know where to begin. Nothing stands out to me as like, oh, this is a part of a story. Yeah, no clue. Nothing. The only, like, there's a lot of birds, a lot of ducks. We've seen a lot of that. He didn't put the date. Oh, then who did? So if he didn't put the date on there, okay, that's great and all. Somebody did. And then we've got a picture of like random doggos, okay? The grandpa that lived here got killed by the ghost. I mean, it's not a terrible thought. I don't know. July 26th, my mom's birthday. Also, would have been your parents' anniversary. Oh, yeah. Look, see, like more birds, tons of birds. And then this room, like you figured this room especially would give something away. The hobby room. The child ghost origins. Oh my God. Next, we're gonna see a photo from the dentist. Is the puzzle something special? So again, we do not think that there's an Easter egg. Now that doesn't necessarily mean like, Ooh, that gives us a hint about something when it comes to the lore. That I don't know. But we've two of the exact same photo of the dog. Why does Nancy live with Grammy and Grandpa? Oh, I don't know. Great question. Why do they own 1,700 books that are the same? Said the lore will be updated, where you also mentioned that Nancy will play a role in it. Now, okay, so then that begs the question. Is there zero lore, but they're going to add lore? Because that I could, like, I guess understand, but I don't know why it wouldn't just come out with the map. Do you need to be playing fast to get the drop? No, not at all. Oh, look, there's the dog again. Like, I get it. It's a nice dog, but... I mean, come on now. Couldn't find another angle of that dog? Is there another, like, is there another picture of that dog over here somewhere? They really love that dog. Wait, is that the... Or no, that was me with the book, right? Yeah, that was me. This still upsetting. Zero actual movement on that. So depressing. Said the same thing about the dog. Hey, Takarita. I know there's another picture of that dog. I know there is. Where is it? You have it down here with your trains. Master? That makes sense. Son of a bitch. I can't see shit. No. I swore there was another one. I did trip the breaker though. You haven't seen the summoning circle before? What does it do? It summons the ghost. Left of the TV in the living room. Ooh, really? Left of the TV in the living room? No, it's a picture of a kid. I've got 3 of them. I just thought that there was more than 3. Hallway, bathroom, hobby room, child's room. Oh, do I have all 3 of them? Okay, I thought there was more. I thought there was like 4 of the same dog. Which, I mean, that's kind of similar, but eh. Well, let's make sure I'm not missing another one. Kind of stupid. Oh, okay. Well, there's a dog. Maybe they're adding lore later. That's right now that I think that's the speculation, is that there is no actual lore to be discovered and that really it's going to be found later. That's the thought. Taking to cherish every single dog they had. Wait, what? What the hell? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we got nothing. All right. Well, I guess there's nothing to actually search. Is that just a white screen? Not even snow. Shut up. So first, I can't even put the VHS in. And also they don't even do correct CRT snow. My heart is sad. Okay, we get it. Shut up. Great show. Love it. You like that? It doesn't have that electrical hum? No. No, it's funny. I had someone working on my house and I was messing around with something and I turned on my CRT, and when I turned it on, he was like, "Oh, I haven't heard that hum in ages." It's nice. Did you hear about the giant fingerprint? I did. Where's the ghost at? Maybe I can get it to touch the remote control. Hey, can you touch this real quick? I think it's like that old static, but our brightness or graphics might be not showing it properly. Yeah, that's... Well, okay. You know what? Fuck this. I have an idea to prove that. Let's see if it's broken altogether, or let's see if it's just on that map. Please, Dale. Give me this. Let's go upstairs to the attic. All right, where's the TV? Where is it? I know it's here. Where's the TV? Oh, that's right. There's one in here. Yeah, okay. So we can hear the fuzz, but yeah, the screens are all broken. So something's wrong. Listen. You can't, like, there are a few things in this game that are like super awesome that I love. The old style with the CRT. That doesn't. But yeah, they did something to all the TVs. Now they're not even snow. Now it's literally just white screens. Willow TV? Well, that's not a CRT. The Willow TV is a flat screen. Yeah, Willow TV is a flat screen. Ooh, camp. Oh, yeah. Maple Lodge. Oh, yeah. Maple Lodge. That's a good point. Let's try. Let's see if that one's broken too. What are we testing? Well, we were going to look for lore at Tanglewood, but we have a feeling that there is no lore there right now. Yeah. Also, side note, like, maybe it's just me. I don't know if I ever actually realized that that was there. Out of all the time that I have played Maple Lodge when it's done this revamp, I don't know if I ever realized that that scarecrow was out there. You got me. I don't know. I don't ever look over there. Like, I have no reason to look over there. And if I'm like this, I can't see that. I was looking around. All of a sudden, I peek over here. And I'm like, what the hell? So, yeah. Fun fact. There's a scarecrow over there. No, please don't scare me. All right, we'll try this Easter egg. Now, this is a good Easter egg. This is the ring. We love this Easter egg. This is a good one. We'll try anyway. I don't have my headlamp. All right, give me the flashlight back. All right. Did you screw this up? So why does this one work? I mean, the Easter egg is not 100%. It's like a 30 some odd % chance of it working. I don't know. But look at the TV. Look. Also, that's really funny. I guess I don't ever look at it enough to realize how they do it. It's just a graphic traveling upwards at about 1,000,000 miles an hour. I didn't realize that that was what it was. But it's still better than nothing. I don't have an answer. I don't know. Why are all the other CRTs broken, but that one's fine? Hey, potty's open. Yeah, so they did something to this map. I'm not going to show it. Oh, hi, Slendy. They did something to the map. Something with the cars we think that they're rendering differently. And yeah, well, now you can go on a nice long trip. By going to go over there. Yeah, it's broken. Easy, Hantu. Easy. Yeah, there's a ring Easter egg. If you go over to where I just was and you turn on the remote control, or you turn on the remote, you turn on the TV, there's a chance the phone will ring. Yep. Wish they fixed the out of bound bugs because people keep getting flawless wins because the ghosts can't follow outside the area. Well, it's one like that where it's, you don't have to even try. You just walk forward and it works. Walked across the lake. So I'm saying it's, I'd be careful, SpongeBob, though. Don't do it in multiplayer. If you're going to do it in single player because it's not hurting anyone. If you do it in multiplayer, they're going to have an issue with it. The van was turned the other day. Wait, the van was turned the other way, blocking it. CJ found that's amazing and interesting. What? The van was turned the other way, blocking it. Oh, I bet if I go back through an old video, I bet I could see it. I know what you're talking about. I know what you mean. Hey, Ass. No. We're done. We're done playing with viewers for the day. Yeah, we're going to be ending it here in a minute. We'll go find someone to raid in a sec. We were going to look for Tanglewood lore, and I think, depressingly, I don't think there actually is any right now. And I'm going to ask CJ about that. We'll see. But all right, friends. Let's go find someone. YouTube and Keek, thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate you. Always appreciate. We're going to go find someone to raid. Go see which of our friends are online. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Yeah, you're good. No, listen, Foxy, I'm going to raid into a kinetic partner so that you guys can keep earning badges. So if you guys have just started earning, then you're more than fine. I got you covered. Got the feeling in your bones. What kind of feeling? What the hell?
Welcome back.
Oh, thank you, Slacker. Appreciate you. All right, let's make sure nobody can raid us. There we go. All right, now we go. Oh, thank you, guys. Guys, if you're not in my Discord, the Discord link is in chat. So are the rest of the socials. All the things, friends. Check out all the Midnight Society. You can join the Patreon for free. I am going to plan to post things there that are for everybody, not just necessarily for the pay tiers. So we will get there eventually. Also, I've posted like 3 or 4 Tanglewood videos. So if you haven't seen those yet and you want to get a better look at Tanglewood, maybe you haven't had the chance to, they're live. Yeah. 8 minutes till you got the drop. I got you, friend. I got you. Minnie, thank you for the 4 months. Oh, my Christmas. Let's see. Let's. Oh, that's where we'll go. We've got a friend starting their stream right now, and they're going to have drops on. Thank you guys so much, man. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you for all the subs. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the follows and the raids. I appreciate you. Sunday, I don't know what I'm doing. I have not decided yet. I don't know. Might play Phas with Friendos. That might be the plan. Might be the plan. All right. Let's do the things. All right, guys. If you are a follower, the first one is for you. If you are a sub, the next is for you. Creepy tier 3s, they get their own special. We're going to go raid a friend who literally just started streaming 5 minutes ago. And they are doing drops, which means it's just a longer opportunity for you if you guys have not earned it yet. So let's do it. Whatever Sunday. I don't know. I'm torn. Don't ship me off to another streamer. I have to. It's either that or I just end. I would rather ship you off to another streamer where you can continue having a good time and hanging out than just ending it. I think that makes more sense. Fine. Whatever. Fine. All right. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. Let's go visit our friend. I love you guys. I will see you on Sunday. Like I said, I have no clue what I'm doing yet, but we'll figure it out. It'll probably be more Phas, more than likely, maybe with friends to make it a little more chaotic. But I will see you guys then. Thank you for the lovely stream. You guys are awesome. Bye.